Alrighty, here we go. A new character. It's almost done. Unfortunately, my last character, Halavina, he hit the 7 episode curse, man. He made a lot more hours than old mate Dazza, though. I will say Dazza hit 7 episodes, but they were relatively short. I say relatively. They were 3-hour episodes. They were the length of the Peter Jackson movies. But Halavina had a couple of 10-hour episodes there and made it a long way. Unfortunately, Halavina ran into, I'm fairly sure, a bug to do with my mod installation, and the dungeon where you find Keening was blocked. I had to hunt around, toyed with my mod installation a fair bit, and had to hunt around a couple of different save files and teleported myself there with the console and things like that. And I did find that an object had spawned over the door, and if I disabled that object, the door appeared. So one of those situations where with Halavina and Halavina's health pool, picking up Keening would have been trivial, and then going back down to Dagother and the heart chamber to hit the heart with Sunder and then stab it with Keening would have been viable. And I think from there, Halavina would have slayed Dagother to end the Sixth House enslavement relationship with the smugglers, and then maybe just a reminder about what Halavina's key motivations were. Halavina's key motivations developed into wanting to rid Vardenfell of skooma and of slavery. In those two particular things, and so the relationship between the Commander Tong and the smugglers and the House Hlalu and House Dagoth and the Tribunal as well created lots of character motivations for Halavina to go and slay quite a few people. And unfortunately, I took the wrong approach. Had I been able to collect Sunder, I think it would have gone Dagoth next, and then that would have started the quest line, and then from there we could go Almalexia, Sothasil, and then capstone with Vivek. Unfortunately, because I didn't realize the dungeon was spawning incorrectly, I didn't know that it was actually the correct place. I was following the correct line to collect Sunder and Keening to go to Dagother, and instead I went straight for Vivek, and I was unprepared for the fight. Shock damage, shock resistance is something I learned about there. But here we're going to click new. We're going to click skip the introductory movie because it's very, very loud. So I'm just going to escape through it. But let's get on with a new adventure. We're playing hardcore. So first death is character gone. We're playing roleplay. We're playing diegetic knowledge only, so the characters need to learn things to do it in game. I can't impose any game knowledge on the characters. They need to learn it themselves. And we're also going roleplay. So I'm going to think of a backstory for my character and kind of interpret the game's knowledge through the lens of their perspective. Let me just mash escape here to get through this cutscene in case it blows anyone's ears out. It's very loud. There we go, beautiful.
There you go.
Hello, Gio.
What's your name?
What's your name? I'm thinking I would not mind playing a Nord character with some frost and some shock resistance, and then maybe getting ourselves a little bit of fire and magicka resistance as we go as well. Breton was very good for magicka resistance. Paralyze and Jinx Blades are certainly very, very good to be able to beat in that way. I think a Nord with its innate elemental resistance, I think it's probably a little bit easier to buff magicka resistance and paralyze resistance than it is to buff a spread of elemental resistances. So a Nord or a Dunmer is probably the way to go with that. Dunmer's having their fire resistance, Nord's having a combination of frost and shock resistance. Let's go for a name with that in mind. Maybe something like Yarvold, and let's tell us about this Yarvold fella. Yarvold is coming in out of the prison. This is a fundamental roleplay linchpin for all the Elder Scrolls game. You need to think of a reason why your character is in prison, and I think that Yarvold, Four Fingers. The game won't show Four Fingers. Yarvold, Red Arm. How about that? Something like that. Kjarvold Red Arm.
Not even last night.
Just like a generic Nordic sounding name, and a description of a body part tends to be like close enough to like a character name. So how did he get into prison? What's he doing being released from prison? I think our character today is a vicious murderer. I think that he was imprisoned for his involvement in gang executions, and it's all very hush hush. So the prison he's being transferred out of, they think is just being transferred, and these fellas here on this boat and the people here at Satan, they don't know why he's here and they don't know why he's come from. This is why this guy's going to ask, we don't know where from. Our records don't show from where. That's because the records have all been suppressed. So it would be a public outrage if a character such as ours was released from prison, and we have an imperial pardon, which is a bit of a dicey situation. So let's give ourselves a bit of a rough character. Maybe we can give him some scarring. Maybe we can give him. Maybe he's a little bit older as well. How's something like that? How's something like that? Yeah, that's looking good. And let's get him. Oh, what's the stats difference? I'm asking myself, does it look like she killed her political opponents and her organized crime opponents in cold blood? Oh yeah, she definitely did. She definitely did. All right, let's change the name. We'll give her a more feminine sounding name.
Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
Thank you. And I'm thinking maybe we'll just go straight up as a pre-built assassin class. That sounds good. Pre-built assassin, or maybe agent.
Yes, we've been
Hello, Sosia Sogala.
You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice
is yours. Here we go. So we're going to give him the info from a list. I was thinking maybe we'll go straight for the assassin class. So it's a stealth class, favors speed and intelligence, sneak, marksman, lighter armor, short blade and acrobatics, security, long blade, alchemy, block, and athletics. I do wonder though. We did just go a combination stealth magical class, and this is very much a combination stealth magical class as well. Although it's primarily a marksman class. And alchemy, I kind of don't want to play too much with alchemy. It gets a little bit cheesy. Maybe a knight. Oh, well, Nightblade is a stealth, magical class as well. Mysticism, illusion, alteration. Yeah, those are the big three, aren't they? Sneak and shortblade. Yeah, that's basically what Halavina was doing with himself, except he had a blackjack rather than a shortblade. Maybe we'll go straight for a magical class here. What's a magical class that someone gets tussled in with as a brutal executioner? Maybe something like an agent, beechcraft, sneak, acrobatics, light armor, short blade, mercantile, conjuration, block, unarmored illusion. Conjuration. I wonder if I can fit conjuration into this. Conjuration might be the way. Conjuration does feel like an excellent skill for an assassin, right? For an executioner, because it means you're not carrying weapons. You can conjure your own weapons. So actually, maybe let's build this class. We're going to build this class. We're going to be an executioner. How do you spell that? Execution. Executioner. Hello, OVR Dost Ghost. Yeah. Well, yeah. I got lucky enough to catch you on the restart. You caught me on the restart because my character died. So Yeah. Smuggling weapons into secured places. I think that's a great idea. Let me just double check I'm spelling this word correctly. I don't think I'm going to be able to check though, because I don't want to alt tab out of Morrowind in case it crashes. Execution. Surely that's correct. Surely that's correct. We are going to go for a combat specialization. We're going to favor, I think, maybe we're going to favor intelligence and agility, maybe speed. Look for opportunities, get in, do the job, get out, something like that. Intelligence and speed kind of favors that kind of spread. Yeah, playing hardcore runs. So I've got about 60 hours recently on a couple of different hardcore characters. One of them didn't last too long. So one of them was a priest build, like a temple ordinator, and he was killed by that fellow Sjord, the Nord, on the road up of Narmok. He was one hit. And then I had a fellow Daza. He was a red guard. He was slain with a Jink Blade combo. Yeah. You're an avid fan? Avid fan of this game. You try and play it once a year. You never done a hardcore. Yeah, man. I say play the way you like. I really like this combination of roleplay, of hardcore, and of diegetic knowledge. And so the character knowledge only, I'll kind of explain a little bit as we go, like the way my character is interpreting the information that's been given to him and how it informs the decision making. But it's one of those situations where I really like kind of imposing these kind of things, because it really makes every run feel important, and it really makes it feel like it's a new run every single time. So we're going to go for kind of an executioner build, and I really like that idea of, yeah, conjuration, smuggle a weapon into a secure place. And we are thinking about security, and so let's put on security, let's chuck it on there. We also want to be a bit of a sneaky MFer, so let's chuck sneak on there as well. We're going to be going into places now. People around Nern are very commonly armed. It's not well, actually, yeah. Let's think about sneak again. Like I just kind of chucked it in. The result was obviously true, but it's not obviously true. A lot of people get into places with persuasion. A lot of people get into places because they should be there. A lot of people get into places because they ask to be there, or they set up deals. Maybe the way that we get into places is with a combination of mercantile and speechcraft. Maybe we talk and we wheel our deal into places, and we use our security skills to recognize if we can gain access to places. And then we clobber people down. And what's the kind of weapon that we're going to summon? We're going to be summoning an axe. An executioner needs an executioner's axe. So this is I know it's speaking to me. This is a fellow who can talk his way into anywhere, introduce himself, shake your hand, and as soon as he's up close enough, that axe just summons out of thin air, and it's already, his hands are in the air. He's summoning the axe above his head, and as soon as gravity kicks in on that shit, comes straight down. Alrighty, I'm loving it. We're gonna go for, yeah, Jinx Blade OP for sure. Crazy damage output off the jump with the conjured axe. Yeah, I'm thinking so, because a lot of the axes have really high magic, really high damage in this game, and if you can get the hits and accuracy. One of the good things about bound weapons is they do give you that accuracy buff by virtue of being bound. And accuracy is probably more important on the heavier weapons like an axe or like a warhammer than they are on the lighter weapons. Because you get less swings. You get less swings essentially. But yeah, let's chuck in hand to hand. I'm thinking like a Casino Royale James Bond fighting in that bathroom. Hand to hand probably will come in handy there. It's very normal for characters to wear quite a lot of armor, so let's go heavy armor and let's go light armor as well, because it probably is very normal for people to wear substantial amounts of armor if they're going around the world. Athletics is a necessity. For wearing heavy armor, let's just say that athletics is a necessary thing to even begin to wear heavy armor. You need to be fairly well conditioned. And what do we got? We haven't touched any magic here except for conjuration. Maybe our boy here has, or our girl as it were. I think, yeah, there's a lady. We're gonna have to change the name. Don't forget. Maybe it's restoration. No, maybe it's mysticism. Maybe security to get into a place, mysticism to get out of a place. There we go. This is making sense. This is making sense. We have the RP.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you
Yeah,
were born
mysticism
under
for
a
absorbs
certain
is really, really
sign.
great. I love
And what
mysticism
would
for
that be?
thinking with portals. For thinking with portals, I'll not lie. Maybe for this kind of build, maybe there's an RP reason to take a bad sign, like the serpent, or maybe like the steed. I think I might split the difference. I might choose the lover. Probably not to use the lover's kiss ability, but just for the fortify agility. Fortify agility prevents knockdown. It also increases your evasion, and it also increases your hit chance. So the way agility scales is that 5 points rather, so 5 points of agility increases your chance to hit with any weapon by 1 percentage point. It increases your chance to dodge any attack by 1 percentage point, and it increases your resistance against knockdowns by 25 points. And so 25 agility is actually kind of the same as 5 attack and 5 sanctuary. So it's very, very good. And also, knockdowns is one of the things that will keep you dead easily. Yeah. Well, let's change the name here. I call that Hjarvold Red Arm. Let's change her name. Let's call her Hjarvold. Let's call her Hjarina. Hjarina is maybe more Slavic than Nordic. Hjarinka. Maybe that's. I don't know. I don't know enough about Scandinavian culture. Yeah, agility really does have a great middle ground of utility, and willpower as well. I mean, willpower is one of those skill stats that has a great middle ground. Yeah. Yeah, let's call her Hjarinka. Hyar is just such a strong masculine name. Zed. No, Zed doesn't. Zed is again more Slavic. We're getting kind of like Finnish or Estonian rather than Scandinavian. KCH, like a Chris sound, or maybe like an Anj sound. Maybe Yarinka. Left hand, something like that. Leaf hand. There we go. This is an appropriately, as best as I can inform. So sorry to anyone who's actually Scandinavian is looking at this thinking this is not remotely close. I'm thinking of Christina, Queen of Sweden, and left hand related to political marriages, as related to like underworld crime families. So it's coming together, and Leaf Hand is a play on left hand with Leif Erikson. So yeah, that's where it's kind of coming together there. There's like five references, and none of them are legitimate. All of them are make believe. So. Conjuration 30, axe 45 as a start with a bound axe. That's going to be 55 to start, which is huge. Athletics at 20 to start, which is a little bit low, but we'll at least be able to move somewhat fast. Medium armor still at 20, so we can work that in. Do I want to take medium as a minor instead of light? I suppose they'll start significantly higher. No, it's okay. Medium armor kind of sucks. It's good to have light armor in there as well, because light armor is governed by agility. So let's maybe just audit these skills quickly. Are we going to have any issues with stats? Intelligence, personality, okay. Strength, speed, endurance, agility, speed, willpower. We might be a little bit short on willpower. We might be a little bit over on personality. That's okay. We will also level up, I think, probably armor for free. We might level up block. Oh no, we'll go to hand axe. We might level up armor for free, and we might level up unarmored for free for speed, and we probably will level up restoration for free for willpower as well. Yeah, beautiful. We're going to start with Bound Dagger and Summon Ancestral Ghost. We're probably going to have to go get Bound Axe relatively early. So Immunity to Frost, Resist Shock, and Mooncar for 25 points of agility. Woad for a shield, Thunder Fist for frost damage on touch, and Lovers. I mean, we have so much utility here already. Vivek hits you with shock spells, which we can resist. A lot of the who hits you with frost spells? Who hits you with frost spells? It seems like a couple of guys have like frost by their axes about, so resistance to frost is probably not as good as resistance to fire, but we'll split the difference there. And Lover's Kiss, if we do end up needing to do it, it's Paralyze. I'm probably going to have to avoid using skills like Lover's Kiss, because if it reflects, I get paralyzed for 60 seconds and I just die. So yeah, let's go. Now we're not going to do any crime cheese here. In fact, we're probably not going to give them any reason whatsoever for us to continue to follow us. Maybe we can pickpocket, and maybe we can pick up an apprentice's lockpick off the table. No one's going to miss that. And coming past, we're going to read this note, and we're going to leave the note, but we're going to see Hriskar. Don't think I've forgotten our wager. I want this dagger sharp as a scamp's claw by morning. We have no idea what it means, but we know that there is someone called Hriskar. The game is going to force us to take this ring. But I'm just going to put it back in for roleplay reasons. Oh, come on, game. Okay. Okay, if I walk through here now, can I put the ring back? Am I going to crash the game if I try and put the ring back here? No. Okay, beautiful. Yeah. For roleplay reasons, she's just looking to get out of here. First, let me take your identification papers, thank you. Word of your arrival has only reached me yesterday. I'm Celis Gravius, but my background is not important. I'm here to welcome you to Morrowind. Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here, or why you were released from prison and shipped here, but your authorization comes directly from the Emperor Uriel Septim VII himself. I don't need to know any more than that, and when you leave this office, you are free. Before you go, I have instructions on your duties, instructions from the Emperor, so pay careful attention. And so yeah, these guys don't know who she is and why she's here. Likewise, when we were released from prison, presumably in, Cyrodiil, they didn't know that we were being transferred to Vardenfell. They just thought we were being transferred to another prison. So, of course, receiving a pardon for being a hardened criminal and a well-known executioner caught up with organized crime is probably not the way to be. And who's the organized crime acting in Cyrodiil? That would be the Mythic Dawn, and that would be the Dark Brotherhood. Maybe we're Mythic Dawn. Are we a Molag Bal worshipper? I wonder. Do we worship a Daedra? We definitely don't worship Clavicus Vile. We definitely don't worship Azura as a Nord. Maybe we are one of the Daedric worshippers. We'll have a think about it. Maybe we can weave something in there. This package came with news of your arrival. You are to take it to Caius Cosades in the town of Balmora. Go to the South Wall Corner Club, ask for Caius Cosades. They'll know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. I also have a letter for you and a dispersal to your name. Alright, let's ask about Caius. I can't tell you where to find him, but you got to go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for him. Great, no worries. And yeah, we're keen just to get out of there as quickly as we can. We've got our dispersal and we've got our apprentice's lockpick. And we're here in town, so they've asked us to go to the town of Balmora. And we don't know where that is. So we're going to have to talk to somebody. Maybe we can walk around town and see if anybody happens to be a Nord. No. Well, we can talk to an Imperial, maybe. Yes, what do you want? If you're looking to get out of St. Anine, I'll be happy to give you a little advice. Thank you, Vidonius Nucius. You're new here. Take the stilts tried to Vivek or Balmora. Fast and cheap. No trouble with wild animals and smugglers and bandits and outlaws. And go see Darvame Florin over at the Strider Port, over the bridge, and east across the water, and tell her Vidonius Nucius sent you. Alrighty, no, thank you, Vidonius. So, yeah, we want to deliver these packages as soon as we can. And get the Empire off our back. Now, the island of Vardenfell is under quarantine, so we're not going to have any opportunity to leave here. Let me just hit quick save in case I crash. The island of Vardenfell is under quarantine, so we're not going to have any opportunity to leave here without being smuggled across. And I don't have Tamriel rebuilt installed, so instead what we're going to do is we're just going to take the bus to Balmora. And we're going to read our package to Caius Cusades on the way as well. So let's this is how Balmora is looking with my mod pack. You can kind of see just off in the distance there the silhouette, the hint of a Dwemer ruins. But yeah, certainly if you've played like Elder Scrolls Online, it's not quite there. But let's read this directions to Caius Cusades. Kjarinka left hand. You've been given these directions and a package of documents. Do not show them to anyone. Do not attempt to read the documents in the package. The package has been sealed and your tampering will be discovered and punished. Well, we do have securities and major skills, so we might be willing to give it a try. Follow these directions. Proceed to the town of Balmora in the Vardenfell district. Report to a man named Caius Cusades. He will be your superior and patron. You will follow his orders. His residence is not known, but ask at the corner club called the South Wall. People there will know where to find Caius Cusades, and when you report to him, deliver the packages of documents to him and wait for further orders. Remember, you owe your life and your freedom to the Emperor. Serve him well and you will be rewarded. Betray him and you will suffer the fate of all traitors. I have the honour to prepare this at the direction of His Most Sovereign Majesty, the Emperor Uriel Septim, Glabrio Belinius, personal secretary to the Emperor. Alright, so they said it themselves that they don't know where this guy lives. So, presumably the only reason they would know if I'm going to arrive there is if they're reported. So, we do want to give them the report that I've arrived. That said, it's possible. It probably is entirely possible to kind of slip in here. Let's chat with a Nord, maybe asking about the South Wall. Presumably it's up against the South Wall, but hello, I'm Hivild and this is Balmora. I don't believe we've met. Is there something I can do for you? Yes, indeed. I would love to hear about the South Wall. The South Wall is a working-class corner club in Balmora, east of the Odai River, on the south end of Labour Street, owned by Bacola Closius. Beautiful. Well, thank you, Hedvild. That's great to know. So we're going to go east of the river, and it's up against the South Wall. Now, it's probably not too difficult to work that out by the name of the club, but that was interesting. I didn't know that this was called Labour Street, and it's Labour spelled L-A-B-O-R as well. So not Labour, Labour. Alrighty. Sotilda, how are you? Greetings, citizen. I'm Sotilda. This town is Balmora, council seat of House Hlalu. We're loyal citizens of the Empire and proud of it. Well, most of us anyway. Yes, I am looking for someone in particular. Well, none of the House Hlalu councillors live in Balmora. At the Fighters Guild, either Fire is the steward, or Athasi Rilvain is the Morag Tong steward, and Fedrello Cedri is the steward of the Balmora Tribunal Temple. Sugarlip Tabasi is the local Thieves Guild boss. Who am I missing? Oh, the Mages Guild. Rannis Athrisia. Everyone forgets Rannis. I forget her name. Rannis. In my mind, she's Anus. The R-Anus. Rannis. Well, we're actually here to ask about Caius Cusades. Oh, that old sugartooth? I'm not sure where he's living now, but ask Bacola Closius, the owner. He'll know. Well, let's ask Bacola Closius. He must be around here somewhere.
What say you?
I know that he's upstairs, but looking for Bacola Closius is a great character motivation to walk through the corner club and ask around. Now we just got told that Sugarlip Sabasi is the Thieves Guild boss. we're not too keen to run into them. It's probably a bit better to keep ourselves sharp at this point. I think this character maybe will join the Morag Tong, maybe. Only he stands there, and this is Tapius Edreus. Tapius, how are you? Yeah, let me ask you about Kai's. Interesting odd fella. He's been in Balmora a long time, since before the district reorganization. He's been in some trouble, but he apparently knows some people, goes off for a while and comes back. He's a veteran, I think. He has friends over at Fort Moomouth. Don't know where he gets his money, but I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't legal. Yeah, we all agree. And Fane, can I ask you about the boss man, Bakala? He's the owner. Okay, well, we couldn't see him here downstairs. Let's check the other direction instead. We know he's going to be upstairs, but it's good to meet some people and get some rumours and things like that. I didn't actually click on rumours though. Sillily enough. Yes, Bakala. You are Bakala. Beautiful. Thank you, Bakala. Caius. Old Caius rents a little bed in that basket just up the hill on the north edge of town. Go out the front door and not the upper door to the terrace. It's always so funny to me, man. They must have had so many playtesters walk out this upstairs door. They even locked it. And then right up the stairs. Left at the top of the stairs and down the end of the street. Oh, thank you. Let's ask about some rumours when we can as well. Everyone knows that the Balmora magistrate Nolus Atreus is on the take. Thieves, thugs, murderers are getting ridiculous sentences or paying a drake and walking free. They'll never get Atreus. He's got fat cats and family back in the city to cover him. The Legion champion, Larius Varro, over at Fort Moonmoth Legion Fort, is sworn an oath to stop corruption, but I don't see what he can do. That's a great rumour for us to hear. So we know that a local judge is on the take. If we did want to potentially get into a little bit of activity ourselves, we can maybe pay him off. The temple says this Peak Star heretic is dead, but did they produce a body? I see no body. Our character doesn't know who Peak Star is, but Peak Star is a young girl who was declared the Nerevarine from the Ashlander tribes, and she would be, I think, almost 35, probably about 35 years old at the time of the game. So the temple has declared the Peak Star has died, but actually I think she probably is alive, maybe. There's maybe some quest related to that, actually. I don't know. I've never followed through on it. Little advice: you'll get slaughtered if you start acting like a warrior. Always sneak up and your target to take advantage of your stealth. Even the dagger is effective. That's a great advice. Always carry a jug of Sujama with you. The burst of strength and the ability to penetrate armor and deal serious damage. It'll give you one-time punch to the face of an opponent you normally can't handle. That's interesting. It's a local Dunmer liquor. I don't believe I've heard this rumor before in any of my characters. I don't typically do like the Sujama, the booze thing. Yeah, some people swear by it. You just stack Sujama and booze on your character, get your strength up to like 300 and then hit stuff, right? So, but this is the Caius Casades' house here. It's interesting that a character has been given that advice, though. Maybe I will carry one around. Yes, I'm Caius. Well, you were told to report to me. What are you talking about? Perhaps you'll let me look at it. Yep, here's the package. Very interesting. It says here the Emperor wants me to take you as a novice of the Blades, and that means you'll be following my orders. Are you ready to follow my orders? Yes. Unfortunately, we have gone from a criminal, a criminal working for the mob, to now being a plant where we're going to become an undercover agent, and yeah, I think it's a fairly strong motivation to actually do the main quest. It's hard to justify like role play reasons to actually do the main quest other than Caius tells you to. But Caius is literally like this kind of half naked old dude smoking moon sugar. So it's like, well, yeah, buddy, you're really the CIA. Oh yeah. Yeah, oh, the temple, the temple controls the weather. They control the ash storms. Okay, buddy. Yeah, you had a little bit too much skooma today, didn't you? You know, we were talking about it. We were talking about it on Panda's stream today. You know 3 things or 4 things about the CIA's legitimate history, and all of a sudden, like, you're the local schizo. It's crazy, but yeah, Caius is not exactly a reputable individual, and is not exactly like trustworthy to anyone. It's really just the fact that the game it tells you to listen to him that the person would. So it's a little bit contrived to actually think of roleplay reasons to go with him. Well, good. Welcome to the service. You now belong to the Blades. We're the Emperor's ears and eyes in the provinces, and you can use my bed if you need to rest, but leave my personal stuff alone. If you like, you can improve your mother's skills with our Blade trainers now, or if you're in a hurry, I can give you orders right away. But don't forget to visit the Blade trainers. The Blade agents that offer training, not free of course, but cheap for a fellow agent. Look for Rithleen, Tiamalian, Nine Toes. In Caldera, see Suran Leorain. In Aldrune, Sil Gildan. Siorvar Horsemouth lives in the hut west of Caldera, and Elone the Scout can be found at Ariel's trade house in Say the Neen. Well, yes, so let's maybe ask about these people and we'll just get some knowledge. Rithleen the warrior lives 2 houses south upstairs. Tiamalin, the healer Tiamalin lives 2 houses south downstairs. To get to the hunter Nine Toes, leave my door facing south, go right down the steps, turn left and head south. We might chat to Nine Toes. If Nine Toes is a hunter, he can maybe teach us a thing or two. Mage Serene Leone is in Caldera, the next town. Okay, she has a half timber house. Half timber and stone. That's interesting. That's a very unique architectural style, a half timber. I quite like them as well. The Nightblade Gildan, he could have a little thing to teach us as well. We might talk to Serene in case she can teach us how to summon an axe. Siorvar the Horsemouth lives in a hut west of Caldera. He's a master at arms. Yeah, well that's all good and well, but we are going to be a conjurer. We're going to conjure a weapon. So we probably won't need to visit the Master of Arms. Although he might be able to train us an axe. Our axe is already going to be like 55. And Elone the Scout can be found at Ariel's trade house. We probably won't need to chat with Elone. Although it can be good to update that map. How do you know when you've been given a task too tough for you? Well, you have to decide. If it seems too tough, it probably is. Guild stewards and faction leaders don't really know how much you can handle, and some don't care. So you got to look out for yourself. It's a really nice way of saying that the game will just give you quests, and you just got to do it. Well, yeah. So let's think about which of these trainers we want to visit. We probably have to visit Serene in Caldera. And maybe I can ask about Caldera as well. I can't. Yep. But first things first, Pilgrim, you are new and you look it. Here's 200 drakes. Get yourself a decent weapon, an armor or a spell. And second things, you need a cover identity. Around here, freeland adventurer is a common profession. Sign in with the Fighters Guild or the Mages Guild or the Imperial Cult or the Imperial Legion. Advance in the ranks and gain skills and experience. Go out on your own, look for freelance work or for trouble, and when you're ready, come back and I'll have orders with you. Great. Well, let's follow this advice. We'll probably come back when we have a kit, I reckon. So the kit we're going to be looking for, a combination of armors. Just cover all of our slots with medium or light armor, and we'll be looking for conjuration, a spell, bound axe, and we'll probably also be looking for a little bit of mysticism spells. Maybe a detect spell, detect key, maybe, and maybe a intervention spells as well. You can always just wander around and ask for work, hunt monsters and sell their hides, collect ingredients for alchemists, prey on bandits and smugglers, and search ruins for loot. All you need are better skills and conditioning and knowledge of Morrowind, and spend what you earn on equipment and training, then come back a little less wet behind the ears. I won't have to worry so much about when I send you on a mission. It does seem like Caius is probably one of the few characters that actually cares about your abilities. It's interesting, yeah. I mean, I think the main quest is locked behind level 3. You have to be level 3 specifically. Let's ask about the Mages Guild. It's a guild for the arcane arts. It's where they go to find wizards for hire, training, goods and services are cheaper for members, and the guild stewards know where to find work. If you want to be a wizard, join and work your way up the ranks. The Mages Guild here is a better bet than the Fighters Guild. Ranus Athri says the guild steward, so talk to her if you want to join up. She's got a chip on her shoulder, but her apprentice Ajira seems okay. For a Khajiit, he says. Mate, the old sugar tooth says for a Khajiit. Well, let's go and talk to the Mages Guild. We probably I'm not sure if we want to join. Maybe we'll join as a lay member to get a better deal. It is in theme with our character to be agreeable and kind of in line with our high mercantile, high speechcraft. We're going to say yes to a lot of things. And so we're probably going to collect a lot of quests, and then we're going to rely on the fact that we're maybe a little bit forgettable to never have to actually follow up on things. So Rhaenys Atheris, you're the one. Would you like to join the Mages Guild? Yes, Rhaenys. Well, actually, what is the Mage's Oath? Perform any duties assigned to you by the Masters of the Guild, learn from them and grow stronger, share your knowledge freely with the other guild members, and never strike or steal from another guild member. Does that appeal to you? Yes, just sign me up. Well, welcome, Associate. When you're ready, you can ask for duties to perform, and once you're ready, you can ask me about advancement in the guild. Well, actually, I want to ask about the guild itself. The Mages Guild is dedicated to the preservation and distribution of magical knowledge. Pursue your studies diligently, and the benefits of belonging to the Mages Guild will become clear to you. That's great. Well, I want to ask about spells. Okay, so she's a bit higher of a rank. This is the Mages Guild supply chest. Somebody else, I think, will have to tell us that we're allowed to take it. But let's head in, and we're probably just going to chat with some mages and see if any of them will be willing to offer us some spells. And who do we see here first?
I suppose it is my duty to help those less fortunate than myself.
Well, thank you, Esterdalin. Yes, let's get chatting. It's just a little advice you like, that's fine too. Well, let's take it. The farther from civilization you go, the worse the dangers. There are exceptions to the rule. Aldsotha is just a short walk from Vivek, but only a 5-year veteran with a full kit or to go peeking into that hole. Here, there's a couple of spots in Vivek sewers that you wouldn't send a team of ordinators, but it's your call. You see something like that, back out and find something else to do while you train up and build your kit. That's a great idea. The Mages Guild is a professional organisation chartered by the Emperor to promote study and the arcane arts. Well, yeah, let's ask about the services. They're apparently cheaper for members. So go to the Halalu Council Manor for House Halalu services. Temple Faithful go to the Balmora Temple. Outlanders go to Fort Moonmoth for the Imperial Legion and the Imperial Cult southeast of town. Try the Balmora Fighters Guild. Morag Tong offer services. Ooh, interesting. So we do get told that the Morag Tong are here in town. And it's a legitimate job. It's a legitimate job here. Plenty of merchants in the commercial district west of the river, and a few traders in Labour Town east of the river as well. Well. Tell us about your services, Esterdalin. Do you have spells? She has bound boots, bound helm, bound longbow. That's a really great start, but it's not quite there. She also has feather and burden and earwig. Well, can I ask you about duties? Speak with Ajira, she says. Okay, so apparently Ajira would be the person to speak to about duties, which is great. We just will avoid speaking to her because we're not actually here for the job. We're just here for the spells. Ask about your trade. Yeah, mate, Marianne, what do you do? You're a mage, I see. Destruction and alteration. The College of Destruction and leap and swim and levitate. Alteration does sound pretty sick, doesn't it? Let's get chatty. A wanderer recently spoke of some foreign type of magic. He spoke of a spell that could morph even the most valuable items into gold. Oh, that's impressive. Let's ask about a little advice as well. How do you know when you've got a quest too tough for you? If it sounds too tough for you, it probably is. Yeah, we've received that advice before. And are you interested in dwarven artifacts? Dwarven ruins are fascinating and there's good loot. One suggestion, if you find yourself over your head, yeah, they really want to emphasize that you shouldn't die. I mean, the game lets you autosave and quick save, so the game's not too committed to actually helping you avoid dying, but I am fairly committed to avoiding dying. Dalnia Ralal, publican of the Eight Plates Corner Club here in Balmora, is hiring entertainers to amuse her patrons. She's looking for jesters, dancers, drummers, jugglers, and singers who play the lute. Interesting. Well, this one here, a wanderer recently spoke of some foreign type of magic. This is a modded spell to avoid needing to constantly vendor things and swap items through and things like that. I did find a spell that is similar to High Alchemy from Old School RuneScape. So Old School RuneScape has a High Alchemy spell where you destroy an item and you get, I think, about 70% of its cash back. So it's a similar spell. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's going to give me gold. It's going to destroy an item in my inventory and give me gold comparable to my willpower and I think intelligence as well. So it should just help me avoid vendoring quite a lot of stuff. Instead, I'll just destroy the items. That's totally fine. Most items like Daedric gear and things like that, totally fine to destroy. And now let me ask you about spells, mate. Hey, Mary, how are you? Good to see you hyped up. Thanks for joining. Yeah, flex on them, let's go. We've got buoyancy, we've got calm creature, weakness spells. I mean, he's got a lot of alteration. He does have some conjuration for bone walkers and minions as well, but we can neither afford it, nor do we want it. Well, let's ask the orc. Shan Gra Muzgob. Please leave me alone, she says. Oh, that's alright. I was just here for a bit of a chat, Shan. Ajira made a bet with Galbadir about who would get to the rank of journeyman first. I see. Well, she does want to be left alone, so we'll leave her alone. And who else have we got here? We've got Ajira. This is Ajira, who's the quest giver. And we've got Massalini Marion. Massalini is a guild guide, and she'll send us to different destinations. I can teleport you instantly from the Mages Guild here in Balmora to the Vivek Mages Guild, Aldrune, or Caldera, or the Sadrith Mora as well. What we do know, we probably want to go to Caldera to speak to one of the Blades trainers there, so that's great to know. It sounds like she has some spells as well. Let's get a bit chatty first, though. Everyone knows who really runs House Hlalu. It's not the councillors. No one sits on that council unless it suits Orvas Dran. This is a name that you hear a fair bit if you get deep in the Hlalu council side of things. So Orvas Dran is the leader of the Commander Tong, is my understanding. So he has a very close relationship with the House Hlalu, and he's also a debt holder for the Fighters Guild, and so he's kind of balancing both of those and influencing both of those across Vardenfell. He's also working with either directly or indirectly. It's not entirely clear, but it seems maybe more directly than not. He's also maybe potentially working directly with the Sixth House to smuggle Sixth House artifacts like ash statues, and allowing Sixth House agents to infiltrate a lot of the smuggling operations that the Commander Tong runs protection for and kind of manages across the island. So Orvas Dran, he's one of the kind of behind the scenes big bads, and he runs the he lives on the Dren plantation. So I think the Thieves Guild questline, the Thieves Guild questline will bring you into contact with him, and you'll have to assassinate his enforcers. And although it's not too difficult to actually assassinate him as well, he has a set of ebony gear, so it's not the dumbest thing to do. But yeah, our character's learning right now, hey, there's this fellow Orvas Dran, he runs the House Hlalu, and we're thinking to ourselves, okay, well, it sounds like that organization might be a little bit shady. Maybe it's not something that we want to be involved in. I wonder if our character motivation is to continue attempting to be involved in organized crime. I think the answer is probably no. I think she kind of wants to go her own way, and so maybe we'll end up in a Morag Tong Daedric worshiper kind of situation, maybe something like that. But at the moment, she's an informant for the Blades, and she's going to have to abide by that whilst getting the situation sorted. A little secret, maybe, Massaline? Well, everyone can learn a few spells. Well, I agree. Show me some of those spells, and she does. She has Bound Mace, Bound Longsword, Bound Battle Axe. That's exactly what I'm after. Summonless a Bone Walker. Maybe I'll also take Bound Spear. Let me check my stats. So we start with Long Blade 15, Blunt Weapon 20. I suppose as long as Spear's 15, we can take Spear as well. So let's buy let's buy Bound Spear as well, and let's just bind those. These will be good for our Bound Spear. I think will be good for being able to kill cliff racers. So let's jam that on there as well. Beautiful. Well, we got what we needed. So thank you kindly, everyone. We're leaving that. Just going to slip on out of here, and that's okay for us. Let's equip that Bound Battle Axe. So we've got a fairly high cast chance as well. What's that? 68% cast chance with even fatigue. And now, we got told that up here was a lot of the business district, and we do need some gear. We've got 146 gold left to our name, and we have a lockpick as well. Well, maybe let's go to the outfitter first. So we've got a bookseller over here. We've got the Mages Guild. Oh, the Mages Guild supply chest. We'll just take all that. That's good value as well. And let's chat with the Fighters Guild too. Maybe let's see if we can ingratiate ourselves with the Fighters Guild and get some services out of them too. Hello, how are we? Latest rumors, it's not just crops and herds. The blight storms are making everyone sick, and it's not an easy cure even for a temple. They've gotten the backcountry as the odd healer in the pilgrim shrine. Oh, sorry, I just need to go to the bathroom very quickly. I'll be right back. And back. Telling us again about how difficult some jobs can be. Yeah, they really want to lay that on thick. I suppose I am level 1, so keep your weapons sharp, keep your armor in good shape. So they're telling us about the repair mechanic. Well, what about joining the Fighters Guild? Balmora Fighters Guild. Show some respect. You're in the most stalwart guild of warriors this side of death. Eyes fire, eyes as the steward here. Seek her out if you think you have the right stuff.
So what's this?
Okay, maybe they're a bit full on. Wayne, how are you? Show some respect, she says. Is Ivis back here? No, it's barracks. Is Ivis over here? This is Hasfat Atabolus and Plania Amiolsis. Amiolsis? A little advice, yes please. No one's going to collar you in the Fighters Guild. In the Imperial Cult, they give you stuff that old ladies could do in their sleep. But here, you get in line for work, and if something comes to you that's out of your depth, you're supposed to be smart enough to back off and come at it again later when you have equipment. And hey, look, if they take jobs that they don't intend to finish, that sounds great for me. That sounds great for me. This door is locked. Okay. And how are you, Hasfat? He's a drill master for the Balmira Affairs. They offer training to the public at a considerable discount to members. Well, yeah, let me see about becoming a member. I think she's going to be upstairs, actually. Oh, we all know she's upstairs, but it just doesn't make character. It doesn't make character sense to beeline directly for the guild steward when you don't know where she is. Well, speak up, Norden. What do you want? Are you here to join the Fighters Guild? You look like you take care of yourself. Before I sign you up, you might want to look at the charter. Are you ready to sign up? Yes, please read the charter. Your duties are to your lords and brethren. In all ways, proceed with honor and valor. Keep a keen and watchful mind, and never succumb to the craven tricks of the weak. They're craven. As a member, you are permitted to use items in our equipment chest, and it's a traitorous to fight or thieve from other members of your guild. You bet. Tell me more about this equipment chest. You'll find basic supplies. Beautiful. Well, we're not about to take any orders, thank you, but I will take from the equipment chest, and it's got a lot of good stuff. And look at that, a Colovian fur helm. Isn't that what you love to see?
So what do you want?
gone full cone head. And you met Wayne. Wayne, you've got a new rumor for us. They say the Legion gives out good armor to their best recruits. That's good to know. That's good to know. A little secret. You like to poke your nose indoors and out of the backcountry? A little suggestion. That place that looks like they made the gold medal with spires and towers, those are dwarven ruins. They're kind of dangerous, partly because the old dwarven machines in them, and partly because the kind of things that like to hide in such old ruins. All the old ruins inside the Ghost Fence, for example, are ancient dwarven ruins. I hear the vampires like them too. That's interesting. We hear about vampires at level 1. I'd like to barter with you, Wayne. Do you have things to sell? Currently we have a reasonably low disposition, but I can sell him some of these things back. He has iron gear, and he has steel gear as well, and he has some Nordic. Well, hey, maybe let's take Nordic fur cuirass, Nordic bear skin cuirass. Let's take. It's also got Netch or Nordic. Let's take the Nordic. You, and pauldrons. And can we get braces as well? We can take some gauntlets. And we can take some boots, iron boots. And then we can take maybe a different helm if we can have it. Protect your head. He doesn't appear to have a different helm. That's okay. Maybe that's okay for now. And let's sell him back some bolts. And sell him back. Ooh, how many of these armorous hammers do I want to sell back? Maybe just all of them. Maybe just all of them. That's totally fine. Sold. Mate, how about 100 for him? What do you reckon? A little bit rich. Okay, it's a little bit rich. 95. Still a little bit rich. Okay, crazy. Crazy. We only took like 3 percentage points off the top. Okay, and we'll go pauldron. It's a bit of an odd set, but it is distinctly Nordic, I will say. Yeah, we're looking a little bit odd. Let's say okay. And this is an actual armor, so let's drop into the actual armor. I suppose maybe we should have gone window shopping a little bit first, but we will look for a helm. We've got adamantium medium armor here. We've got chitin, we've got medium helms. Have you got a proper iron helm? They do an iron helmet. Let me sell you back this hat. It's going to cost me, how about, come on man, give me a couple of bucks back. What do you reckon? $1 off. Thank you kindly. Beautiful. We've got a couple of books here. Let's maybe drop into this bookstore, see if we can sell them these books. And I think we've got some shoes as well, so we might need to drop into a clothier or a general trader. You're new here in Balmora, yeah. Well, give us a rumour. So Darissa loves to talk about Morrowind lore as well. So Baladas Dem Navani has studied Dwemer ruins all over Vardenfell. I hear is looking for books on the Dwemer. Baladas Dem Navani. Well, let's ask about Morrowind lore. About 50% of Vardenfell's inhabitants are Dunmer. The other half are Redguard, Breton, Nordaltmer, Bosmer, Imperial, Orcagiti, or Argonian, or Orc in roughly equal proportions. That's similar to the way damage is distributed over your gear. About 30% of your damage goes to your cuirass, and the rest is over your left pauldron, right pauldron, left bracer, right bracer, legs, feet, helm. Okay, and then there's also Orcish. Okay, there's a lot. Barter, please. Spirits of the Daedra, origin of the Mages Guild. We'll keep this secret, so we have to destroy this. We can't give it to anyone. And we'll keep these scrolls as well. What do you reckon? 62 for them. Beautiful. A little bit of cash. And let's pop over to the trader here as well. We got a what's over here? A pawnbroker or a general trader? Outfitter? Yeah, we can sell some shoes to an outfitter. Hello, Clagius. Clagius, please. I would like to sell you some shoes. Common shirt. It looks like they have a Book of Dawn and Dusk. It looks like they have a couple of different things. Sujama. We did hear about Sujama. Let's buy one. It was the advice that we were given. Cure disease, cure poison, potion of swift swing, spoiled slow fall, bargain restore health. Yeah, we'll buy some bargain restore health, sure. And I think that about covers everything they can sell to us right here. Yeah, let's sell back these soul gems. We don't need those. And let's sell these fortify willpower potions as well. So we've got cheap restore healths, standard restore fatigues, standard restore health, and standard restore magicas. Beautiful. What do you reckon, buddy? 83. 83? 81? 80? Come on. Sure. Beautiful. And it looks like he's going to talk about Morrowind lore as well. Worn out weapons and armor work poorly. If you're heading into the backcountry, carry your potions. Yep, we've got them. We're going to scroll to cure disease as well. talk to everyone. Talk is cheap. If you don't ask questions, you'll never learn. I agree. Sujama. Sujama. It was inevitable. The local crime organization, the Commander Tong, wasn't going to stand by and let the Thieves Guild set up shop in their territory. It'll be bloody and the Thieves Guild doesn't stand a chance. The Commander Tong, we've heard of them. We've heard of the rival organization, but who are they? Some words should only be shared by friends. Okay, well, it looks like we might have to do some persuading that we're an okay kind of bloke. No, we failed. We made an enemy today. What's our personality? 30, and speechcraft 30. Okay, so being a major maybe doesn't contribute too much there. Let's maybe see if we can raise this in the future. But yeah, beautiful. So it seems like we can take a job from the Fighters Guild if we want to, and I think it seems like we can take some orders from a Jira for the Mages Guild if we want to as well. But I think what we might like to do, we have been informed about the Morag Tong, and we don't see a guild hall here for them. Let's go maybe shopping in the nice end of town as well. So this is the seat of House Lalu, and we're here in the Manor District. We know that this is going to be the House Lalu here, so we're going to start recognizing this scale symbol as the House Lalu, and we probably don't want to get involved with them, knowing that they're a front for effectively run by the Commander Tong. We definitely don't want to get involved with the Commander Tong. Let's chat with Millie, the fine clothier. Millie, we are drab as all hell. Can you fix the fit? People don't realize how deeply the Dark Elves resent the occupation. The real powers behind the Hlalu Council, Orva Strand and his Commander Tong Syndicate, nurse those ancient resentments. They haven't a chance of changing Imperial authority now, but if stability of the Empire were threatened, for example, if the legions were recalled because of some problem in the Septim succession, Drand and the Tong might move openly to the Imperials out of Morrowind. That's really impressive that people are willing to discuss this kind of thing. Don't fight when you're tired. Don't try and cast spells when you're tired. So just the explanation of the fatigue mechanics. Specifically, the way fatigue works is that a lot of your baseline skills-oriented stats are modified either up or down, up to 25 percentage points, depending on how your fatigue is. So at 50% fatigue, it's unmodified. At maximum fatigue, it's plus 25%. At at minimum fatigue, it's minus 25%. So you range from effectively 75% of your base stats up to 125% of your base stats. So somewhere between 3/5, 4/5, or 5/5. And so, the worst it can be is you can't get half as bad, right? The worst you can be is 3/5 as bad, and then other things modify your base stats. So that would be agility and your axe skill. That's what I'm referring to as base skills, or your willpower plus your conjuration stat is your base chance to cast. On top of that, something like a raw fortify attack, that would just be an extra 5 percentage points on top, and that's not modified by fatigue. So stealth mechanics rely on that a lot. So stealth from chameleon. Chameleon is not modified by your fatigue, for example, because it's just added on top when it comes to stealth. If someone attacks you first, you have the right to defend yourself. Okay, well, Millie, I need you to cook me up a little bit of a fit, please, and thank you. We'll take some nicer pants, maybe something like these, and we might take a nicer top as well, something like, what's good? Let's take a blouse. It's a bit extravagant. Maybe we just want an expensive shirt. Yeah, we'll just grab an expensive shirt, please, and thank you. And let's see if we can get away with that. 25 is a very steep discount. Let's see if we can take 29. Okay. Yeah, and we'll just fix up the fit just a little bit, just so we look presentable. It's difficult to justify getting into places if you are quite literally like a commoner. People will say, well, you're not here for the job of a merchant if you can't afford to wear wares yourself. Look at Millie. Millie's wearing This is an extravagant outfit. It's not an exquisite one, but it's an extravagant one. But someone over here, like Nalcaria has a expensive gear as well. I'm noticing that her seller gold is not improved. I thought I installed the mod to improve her seller gold. That's a shame. It looks like it's not working. Maybe I need to check it again next time. But yes, regardless, we improved our feel a bit. Now, while we're over here, the Morag Tong is actually here. So it's this one over here. Is that you? Morag Tong Guild. Here we go. It's a bit hard on the eyes. Sorry if this red and dark red compression is coming through terribly. Welcome to Balmora, Council Seat of House Lala. How can I serve you? Well, I would like to ask about the Morag Tong. Now. Morag. We'll also check in on the blade trainers as well, don't forget. Talking about the Dunmer, talking about Balmora? No, it looks like this person doesn't really have anything to say about it. I'm an assassin and killing is my profession. I'm discreet, efficient, and reliable. Interesting. They're happy to say it. Commander Tong. Is this person happy to speak about the Commander Tong? Maybe we'll see if we can admire them a little bit. No? Okay, we ruined this relationship as well. We don't know enough about this land yet to ingratiate ourselves with people. We don't know what they're about. Even though we can sweet talk our way around in Cyrodiil, we're rubbing these people the wrong way. The guys who are making the real money are the tax agents and the bureaucrats. They take the percentages off the top. There you go. Now, can I ask you about the Morag Tong? About joining the Morag Tong, maybe? No, I can't ask you about it either. What about training, buddy? Oh, he does offer training in sneak, in acrobatics, and in hand-to-hand. You love to see it. Is there anyone else over here? There's an agent over here. Ghislaine Sedas. House Lalo Town, loyal citizens of the Empire. We've had peace and prosperity in Morrowind under the Empire for centuries. It's a government by law, and the legions enforce that law. Well, it's nice to see people getting along and nice and enjoying the cohesion. I'll ask you for a little advice. A member is not given tasks that exceeds a member's ranks or ability, but in practice sometimes mistakes are made. Everyone's saying this in different ways. Never take a life carelessly, and it cheapens you and it diminishes you. Take life seriously, and taking life as your profession. There you go. Good advice for an executioner. Well, where can I join the Morag Tong? Someone here. This door is locked. So you might have just noticed this door didn't say it was locked until I clicked on it. Now it's showing a lock level 1 to 100. This is a mod that hides locks and hides traps around the world. I won't know if a door is locked or trapped until I click on it. I can probe a trap to check for locks, and as my security level gets higher and higher and higher, I'll know that the door is locked, or I'll know the door is trapped on site. Welcome, what brings you to the Morag Tong? Yeah, the Morag Tong is an ancient traditional assassins guild of the Dunmer. We provide 3 varieties of execution: public, private, and house war. We only recruit candidates of proven skill and honor, and only Grandmaster Eno Hlalu in Vivek can authorize new members to join the Morag Tong. Oh, so you might have to go see this Grandmaster Eno Hlalu. If you wish to join us, you must seek out Eno Hlalu, the Grandmaster of the Morag Tong in Vivek. So I have to seek them out. You may call me Athasi Rilvain. What I do is my own affair. Do you have spells? Faction members only? Well, that's what I'm asking about, though. That's what I'm asking about. I'm a Nightblade. Blending the disciplines of agent and wizard, I move unseen and undetected. Foil locks and traps and teleport to safety when threatened. It's such a sick build, man. Such a sick build. Magic and stealth in Morrowind go really, really well hand in hand. The best counter for stealth is stealth. The best counter for magic is magic. But also the best counter for magic is stealth. Stealth is just OP. If you get sufficiently higher levels of agility and of chameleon, people can't tell you're there even if you're not sneaking. Elusiveness in Morrowind relies on an equation that kind of values a couple of different things, but you don't actually need to be sneaking to have it done. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to check in on these blade trainers. It would be good to visit one of them. So, blades under his command: warrior, Rithleen, healer, a hunter. Let's chat with Nine Toes. Let's chat with Nine Toes. Yeah, so the way roughly speaking, the way sneak works is that you actually don't need to be sneaking to be unseen. So maybe it's more generally describable as detection, your agility, your chameleon, and then if you are sneaking, your sneak skill, as well as your boot weight, all contribute to your elusiveness and your detectability. And then the NPC's ability to see you is weighed up on those same factors. So sneak skill and agility and blind instead of chameleon, blind. So if a person has a high sneak stat, they can start to see you when you're being elusive. Likewise, if they have high agility, they can start to see you when you're being elusive. But if they have low agility and low sneak, they can't see you. Like even if you're not doing anything, just by having high agility. Hi Nine Toes, how are you? Welcome Novice Kirinka Lifthand. Nine Toes is my name, Hunter is my trade. I'll be happy to share a little advice on Morrowind lore with a fellow Blade, or you're here to gossip about the latest rumours. The easy way to get started is to join the guild, do the jobs, earn your way up the ranks, get the discounts, training and other services. It gets you out and around in Vardenfell a little of the time and get to know the country and the people. Yeah, so they're telling us to go join the guilds as well. The Fighters Guild and the Legion anyway. The Mages Guild is another story. Some old chair polisher doesn't have a clue what it's sending you into and doesn't much care. I'm trying to update our map to the Bitter Coast. There are no good maps to this area. Period. Islands, mountains, swamps, lakes, rivers. It's impossible. I'm getting to know these swamps and waterways here, but might as well, maybe as well as the natives, but I can't blend with the natives and I'm useless in the West Gash or the Ashlands. I don't see why the maps are so important. Smuggling, maybe. But I'm wondering if they're thinking about landing and moving the Legion through here in case of trouble. Yeah, Blades trainers. The basics we can teach you won't cost much. Advanced training though, that's expensive. If you're already skilled, it's much harder to teach. Just a little bit of a tutorial here on how training works. He also gave us some moon sugar. Sell the sugar and start saving for traded. Speak with Ajira, the Balmora Mages Guild, or Ravia. So a tutorial on who you can sell moon sugar to. Thank you, Nine Toes. Sneak, illusion, and athletics. Some interesting little skills there. Sneak, illusion, athletics. So maybe Nine Toes wasn't the guy to chat to. Who else have we got? We've got a mage, Seren Leorain, near Caldera. A Nightblade Gildan, near Aldrun. Master at Arms Yorvar. Alone the Scout. Now, we also heard that we may need to go to Vivek to join the Moragtong. So that might be the way to go. We're probably not going to join the Thieves Guild. Another very sneaky character. We're more interested in becoming legitimate. Now, the Morag Tong does perform these writs, and they are a legal assassination group. So maybe part of going straight edge and continuing our character lore here is to join the Morag Tong and go straight edge ourselves. So Nine Toes suggested we come to Ravir here to sell this moon sugar, so we will. And Ravir, how are you, buddy? Let me sell you this moon sugar. And I reckon you can give me 100 for that. What do you reckon? Yeah, beautiful. Daedric weapons. These are not Daedric weapons? Well, you're right, but Ravir is no liar. So there's a bit of an explanation of summoning weapons, which we know all too well about. You want to know about traders and how they work in Morrowind? Talk to Nalian at the Gateway Inn in Sadrith Mora. He knows what he's talking about. Traders and how they work. Nalian at the Gateway Inn. This might mean that Nalian at the Gateway Inn is a expert or maybe a master mercantile trainer. That's good to kind of know, because mercantile is a really good skill, because it also reduces from your training costs. Something I noticed recently. Well, our goal here is to go to Vivek, and we did speak with with some people here, the Mage's Guild Guide, that they will teleport us to Vivek, which will be great. And I do want to collect a few more spells. We definitely want to collect some mysticism spells as well. Maybe I can just ask a person or two if they have them. No, you don't. I think Moraine here doesn't have them either. We'll probably want to grab Civi Intervention and Divine Intervention teleport spells, as well as Mark and Recall. Does she have them? She has Soul Trap. She has Reflect. I won't buy those now, but we will go to Caldera. So there's a Blade Trainer in Caldera here, who is one of the people. Let's say hi to people as we come in. Amelia Duronia. Yes, the destinations. So she's a guild guide as well. Uriel Septim is sick, and the wizards say the heir Geldal Septim, the younger Septims Enman and Nabel, are just doppelgangers, placed in their household during Yeagarth Tharn's tenure as the Imperial Battle Mage. So they're having a succession crisis. When you have a job, you have to have the good sense to hold off until you're stronger if it seems too hard. But everyone's here saying the same thing. It must be because I'm level 1. Caldera. It's an Imperial Charter town, part of the Caldera Mining Company Charter. Grants company rights to mine ebony from the right deposits here. If the Caldera ebony mines themselves lie to the southwest, the town has a real western flavour. There you go. There you go. They call Cyrodiil western, but it actually doesn't. Are you here for more duties, associate? Would be interested in doing a little work for me. Well, tell us about the work, mate. Yeah, tell us about it. Latest rumours. Yeah, they're also telling us about Uriel Septim sickness. Buy Paralyze as soon as you can. Keeps the creatures off you and allows you to cast those more elaborate spells. Ooh. Maybe some bad advice there. So this is Folms. He is a guide to the Propylon indexes, and he also sends you around to a number of very special places that you probably can't get to without many other rumors. So this is one of the official plugins. It's not technically modded content if you consider the official plugins part of the base game. So he's offering us the job to go collect some Propylon indices, and will pay us 500 gold to do the job. I'll tell him I'm not interested for now. We'll perhaps come back another time. What is this Propylon index though? Each Dunmer stronghold on Vardafel has a Propylon chamber with enchantment artifacts called Propylons, which can instantly teleport you to another stronghold, but only if you progress the right index, which is a key to a given Propylon. The master index I would give you will let you travel between Caldera and the 10 Dunmer strongholds. That is very, very appealing to a person of a mystical nature, so maybe we're being talked into it. Let's maybe chat to him another time though.
My patience.
He does offer spells. He does offer enchanting. Yeah, he won't let us bother with him though. Yeah. Aramion, how are you, buddy? Will you have any spells for me? Avert of the eyes, earwig, a couple of things like that. He doesn't really have anything too more to chat about. Bit of a stodgy fellow. And what about you, Anand? Anand is an alchemist here. He might sell us a potion that we might need or two. Maybe a standard rising force is not the worst thing to have. Restore strength, restore luck. Yeah, there's a couple of potions there that are good. We don't know that we need them though yet.
My time is precious, so make it quick.
Medilla, can I please buy a spell off you? I can. Bound Gauntlets, Bound Helm, Bound Mace. Fenric Store Jam. Summon Scamp, Summon Skeletal Minion. We'll take Jaw Dam if we're about to execute somebody. It would be nice to lock them in the room with us. Swimmer's Blessing to get in and out of a river fast. Spirit Knife for destruction. Bound Gauntlets, Bound Mace. No, that's all fine. So she seems like a legitimate conjurer of weapons and armor. Let's head out to Caldera here, and we're looking for our Blade Trainer. So the mage Suran Liarain, Caldera, the next town north. Her half-timber and stone house north sits between the twin towers of the North Gate and the Governor's Hole. The twin towers, you say, of the North Gate and the Governor's Hall. This appears to be maybe the North Gate. How are you, Kill Renewer? What can I help you? The new rumor. the Thronknolf the Craven, who is strong and tough but not the brightest star in the sky, wanders into Shenk's shovel and drinks enough to choke a Gua. And then he tells everyone about the loads of loot stashed in the cave and how the guards will never find it. And then he stumbles out of the Shenk's shovel and wanders west of town, not paying attention to me following along behind. And after a while, he ducks into this cave. Poor fella, he'll never learn. Oh, very nice. He's just told us that Thrunknolf the Craven has a whole bunch of loot in the cave west of town. Well, I think this might be her house then. No kill renewers. Serene Leoraines. Serene Leoraines, how are you? Serene Leoraine, yes. A little advice about Morrowind law to a fellow blade. Caldera is a quiet, law-abiding town. Not much call for adventures or mercenaries here. Good place to look for equipment or a trainer, though. I'm keeping an eye on the Caldera Mining Company. We all think something fishy is going on, probably several somethings, but we haven't penetrated their operation. They're probably skimming cash or ebony or both, but we're not quite sure who they are. The company has tight security, worried about the Brethren, who think they should own Caldera, and the Twin Lamps, who want to embarrass the company and help slaves escape. Of course we can train you. You pay, of course, but much less than you would outside the Blades. I suggest you find someone to teach you to detect enchantment. Whenever you're exploring, it's good to know where enchanted items are. Sometimes that's where dangerous enemies are holding the enchanted items, and sometimes that shows items hidden from view in deep pools or in high ledges. See Lara Sylvain the Nightblade at the Caldera Governor's Hall. Oh, interesting. The Governor's Hall. So she can train mysticism, restoration, and destruction. We might take up this mysticism at some point in time. I was hoping she would have some spells for us, but she does point us in the direction of Laros Uvain at the Governor's Hall. If you're thinking of travelling up country near Sheagorad or Molag Morway inside the Ghost Fence, you need to know about Corpus. Okay, we have learnt about Corpus. We know it exists. That's great. She gave us some stuff as well there. She gave us...
May I help you?
She gave us a tip. The Doors of the Spirit. She's in a nice place. Some raw glass. Grave dust. She's been doing some alchemizing. Frontier and Conquest. Ancestor and done the affairs of wizards. I might just, for the render, I'm looking at this right now. Let me just do one player. Add spell. Night hyphen eyes. Underscore perm. No. Night eyes. Night eye. Night eye perm. Yeah, there we go. This is it. So this is just a piece of a modded spell I found. It's just a permanent effect of night eyes for 10 points, and it really, I found that little extra 10 points of gamma correction, even though the game's gamma brightness is all the way up as far as it can go, I'm sure you can see that it actually really improved the render here in sort of a dark room like this one. So hopefully you know, people out there don't mind that this is of course not vanilla. In the sense that I just added added an extra 10 points of night eye, but it really, like, looking at the viewport on OBS for me right now, this looks a little bit too bright. But knowing how that compression feeds through the Twitch and feeds through the YouTube, hopefully you just notice an improvement there. Well, let's head up here and chat with her. She said chat with Laros Uvain. Beautiful. So let's see if they're about. The Governor's Hall, and is this the Governor's Hall as well? Yeah, beautiful. Well, and this is sorry, I just pressed tilde rather than tab. This is the kind of thing that we're good for. So our character, Kirianka Lifthand, she is good at walking into places, introducing herself and finding her marks. And so today she's going to talk to Laros Uvain. Yes, how are you? Home in the Caldera Mining Company. Now, we got sent here by the Blades. Maybe she knows about the Blades? Caldera is a quiet, law-abiding town. Nothing much more to say there? Yeah, that's okay. She does offer spells, though. Crying Eye, Demoralize Beasts. These are illusion spells. We can't do well with that today. Detect Enchantment. Here we go. Detect Enchantment, Detect Key. These are both good ones. I have 400 gold. Notorgo's Escape Route. Detect Door. 100 points for 30 seconds. We also have Shalador's Mirror for Reflect. Telekinesis. Telekinesis. We'll grab Telekinesis. That's a really nice little spell. And we'll also grab Detect Key and Detect Enchantment. And let's actually equip those as well, I think. Detect Enchantment. And maybe I can put Telekinesis on pip number... Oh, let's put our Lockpick on pip number 9. Yeah. And let's put Detect Key on pip number 8. And Telekinesis on pip number 7, I think. Something like that. So, because I can imagine Detect Enchantment actually being cast relatively often as we're going in to do our thing. Well, that was worthwhile. We didn't know that person was there. Let's actually wander around a little bit more and introduce ourselves and chat with some people. We have Forbes Arenum. Are you looking for someone in particular? No, not in particular. Maybe I'm just looking to learn some things. Buy from merchants and traders that you like. And what do you offer? You have a Dire Shard Blade and a Journeyman's Probe. I have only 54 gold. Maybe we can buy that though. What do you reckon? 45? No? 40, 46? 47? 47? You really want the whole price for it? Hey, okay, well,
Make it quick,
we're very low on stacks, but we have a probe now as well. And who are you? Cunius Palelius. Cunius Palelius. Cunius Palelius. Principal charterholder of the Caldera Mining Company. I cannot imagine why someone like you should think to have business with me, but I'll listen if you can be brief and polite. Well, hey, this is why we need to improve the fit. So people like old mate Cunius here, Cooney that he is, will take us a little bit more seriously. Daedra, you know what they are, right? The Daedric shrines are where the Daedric cults worship Daedra. Bad people who summon bad Daedra, stay away from them. If you don't know what the word Daedra means, this doesn't really make any more sense. The uninformed associate the Morag Tong with the Dark Brotherhood, the Western Assassins Guild, but the Morag Tong is a sworn enemy of the Dark Brotherhood. They couldn't have more different practices and principles. And what's your trade? You're an agent. You work for a house or a company or the state. And I imagine he works for the Caldera Mining Company, right? Yeah, Caldera Mining Company. So their Caldera Mining Company is chartered by the Imperials, but they work as a cartel with House Halalu. Hopes to live in peace and harmony with the other races and share in the growth and prosperity of the Empire. Well, he might be House Halalu himself, actually, by the looks of it. And then on top of that, when the Ashlanders start trading in ebony as well, the Ashlanders join the cartel. So all of the ebony flows through House Lahu, who charge a monopolist price, controlling the supply, keeping the supply low and the price high. Well, that was about it for town. Now we did get a little tip if we want to go have a little bit of a hunt here, about one of these caves with all these riches, but I think maybe we are very short on cash. And we do have a tip that it's filled with drunkards and bandits. What did he say? I didn't put it in my diary. Let's ask Old Mate again. Now I believe he said that it was to the west. You followed this drunk from the inn to the west.
Fresh game.
Hey Keel, how are you? Little secret. Is he going to give us the... yes, Throcknolf the Craven. Stumbles out of Shank's shovel, wanders west of town, not paying any attention. After all, he ducks into his caves. Shank's shovel. Well, let's find Shank's shovel. What are you? You're the pawnbroker? What are you? You're someone's house. Shank's shovel. Trader? Gorak Manor? Oh, if this isn't Shank's shovel, beautiful. So he stumbles out of town and heads west. Or does he stumble out of town to the north? Or maybe he stumbles out of town this way. They're in a cave. Canodia Philanus' house. Maybe they stumble out of town this way? Well, we are out of town now and we are heading west, so that all lines up. We've got our first creature to fight. Let's just catch our breath. Here's my I failed my first cast. That's not a great sign. Here's our bound battle axe as well. Got them in one. Beautiful. How's that looking? Ah, that looks so sick. For the bound battle axe, it's Daedric, so 80 on the full swing. Fortify axe 10 points, and so with it our axe is modified up to 55. So we're going to have some big swings with this guy now, and we're looking for a cave of some sort that we might like to test our metal on. It's been a little while. Yeah, no. Overdosed Ghost. You're working on a project. You really have a really good voice for this sort of heavily voiced thought process. Works well. Oh, thank you. Thank you. No. Don't feel obliged. I respect the local life. No doubt about it. That's all I do, man. Like I hang out. When I'm not streaming, I'm trying to stream a little bit more lately for my game, so I can just be a bit social with it as well. And I like MMOs. I like old school RuneScape, and I like hanging out in the group chats and things like that. But at the same time, when I'm working, I'm just lurking as well. I like oh well, what are you, mate? You're a naked fella. We didn't find the cave, but we found a naked fella. I really like a local Melbourne girl, Panzadora. So her streams in the evenings, which I'm probably a bit more active for. But also I watch Scarn on Monday mornings. He's an Australian as well. Hail and well met stranger. As you can plainly see, I require some assistance if you'd be kind enough to grant it. I need help finding the festering witch who has robbed me blind and left me for dead. A witch she had to be. I was on my way to Caldera when I met her, a stranger here like myself, and our conversation lightened the burden of travel. She was quite friendly, and well, we set up camp together, but that night she revealed the witch inside and cast a spell on me. I couldn't so much as blink. Stole everything, even my worn-out clothes, but most importantly, she took my prized axe, Cloud Cleaver. Join with me, stranger, and let's find her and extract her entrails together. Cloud Cleaver, interesting. A witch. Well, I did say that one of the things about this character is that she's very agreeable, and she'll say yes to things to get herself into situations, and then she'll just exit whenever she's done. I knew you had the bloodlust in you, stranger. I believe she's still camped where I left her up northwest, though I could be wrong about the spell, as it disoriented me a bit. You know this area better than me. Lead the way. The rich shall rue the day she met Hlormar Winesot. I have no idea, buddy. You're a barbarian, I'm guessing. You're a fighter for hire. I'm good with me fists and better with me axe. Well, let's ask about Cloud Cleaver. My axe, Cloud Cleaver. A fine axe she is, but now I feel the witch's touch will do to it. My own father Balmir used it to slay the terror of Hrothgar's quagmire. He did. Now granted, the terror turned out to be a newborn Nyx hound eating the neighbor's marshmallows. What are you doing killing puppies? Yeah, it's fine. Nyx hounds eat people, so it's kind of less like a puppy and more like maybe a bear. A Nyx hound, maybe in your mind, think about a Nyx hound more like a black bear. They're a similar size, and they'll eat berries and they'll eat things like that. But a smuggler's cave. They'll have Nyx hounds to eat their corpses of the people that they rob and what's the word for that? Raid? Bandits? Banditry? The people that they banditry out in the road? I'll use it to take that witch's head clean off. So the northwest, he says, the northwest. Well, let's head over there. Now, this is a quest for the Boots of Blinding Speed, which I probably won't be able to wear. I'm not a Breton or anything like that. And I'll be 100% blind to wear them. I think from a roleplay perspective, though, you know, we are one of the lasses, and we're coming from organized crime. We're quite used to, I think, seeing all the machismo, and knowing that it's the wives that get a lot done around the family. And so she's not going to buy this story of the witch too easily, I think. But we do spot a lady out here on the road. How are you, Pemini?
I'm listening.
Hey there, are you interested in making a deal? I'm a poor merchant trying to make my way to Narmok through some traded goods. I could use an escort, though, since mine seem to have buggered off. If you'd be willing to take me there, I'll give you... Oh, no, I shouldn't. It's a dangerous trip. Oh, all right. She talks herself into it. I'll give you the Boots of Blinding Speed, although I'll be overpaying you by quite a bit to take you to Narmok. Oh, maybe I'll say no for now. I'm sure somebody will be aloft to take me up on my offer. Yeah, Boots of Blinding Speed, a wondrous pair of boots indeed. The name says it all. I would hate to ever part with them. That's just me, an honest trader. Yeah, oh, not to self-promo, but you VTube and stream and do shorts and that kind of stuff as well. Usually more chatty. Yeah, well, that's it. It's a big grind out there. Well, overdose guys. I'll keep an eye out for your shorts. I don't mind the scroll. I don't mind the scroll indeed. Especially some VTuber shorts. One of your favorite side quests in the game. Yeah, they're all good. It's a really great reward. You can be a Breton to block half of the blind, and you can also find yourself a spell of resist magicka to prevent a lot more of the blind as well. This might be the witch. We're gradually heading up to the northwest, and then once the boots are on, you know, you have I think it's a 200 point fortification for speed. Who do we have out here? I don't think this is a witch. I think this is a guar farmer. Sjorvar Horsemouth. How are you, Sjorvar? Sorry to come out so late at night. It's the Master at Arms at Fort Pelagiad. Oh, this is the Blades trainer. That's why I know that name, Sjorvar Horsemouth. He monitors smuggling along the bitter coast. The job's too big for him. They move moon sugar, skooma, raw ebony, dwemer artifacts, you name it, through Hlarod and Narmok. With the coast honeycombed with smugglers' caves, the Kamana Tong locals carrying tiny packages overland by night, I'll never catch them. But maybe you'll have better luck. I can train you and maybe offer a suggestion. If you go exploring, get yourself an enchanted weapon or some scrolls or both. Can't harm a ghost with an enchanted weapon or magic. Galbadir at the Balmora Mages Guild usually has a selection. You can enchant items yourself as well. That's a great idea. Well, let's ask him about some training. What does he have? Blunt weapon, long blade, and axe. So axe training there if I do desire. Well, Sjorvar Horsemouth, he did just give us some good advice to get some enchanted gear. Are these wild guar? These are tame guar. Yeah, beautiful. Well, look, we are relatively close to Narmok, if we're honest. Maybe we can escort her over. Especially if we can just escort her over the hills. I am cautious that I haven't run into a witch yet to the northwest with old mate here. Maybe I'll leave him to wander. What do we got? We got that. Yeah, first cliff racer. Can I hit it? Can hit it in one. Oh, beautiful. That was a one hit from a cliff racer as well. Excuse me. So a couple of different tips here for the west of Caldera. So one of the tips is that we can walk into a cave here where one of them has been fairly active in all the loot he's been smuggling, and the guards can't stop that. And also a witch to the northwest here as well, but I just can't see him. It's also very dark. Maybe we'll just call this a bit of an RP rest, so it's at least daylight on the VOD. Sorry, I've got to get better at not doing everything at night time. Well, getting to Narmok from here maybe involves going west over the hills. Mate, I'm kind of done with you. Festering Witch, can I leave you be? No, he's going to keep following me. That's a shame, he's going to keep following me. Yeah, a Breton plus 50 resist magic spell for 1 second does the job. You avoid that unless playing Spear, Marksman, or Mage, though for roleplay, yeah. Well, yeah, most of the fun definitely comes from being resourceful. Like, you ascend to godhood so quickly. Yeah, let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. Oh, I can't make a deal with her anymore. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. We'll leave that one be. I don't have the RP resources to equip the boots of blinding speed anyway, so that's okay. I've got another rat here. Maybe I will have to think about summoning this bound axe. Maybe a backup enchanted axe would be the way to go. I am playing with a modded leveling system called the Mule. So I think Melvor's or Melvin's leveling overhaul, and what it does, because yeah, anyone who knows about Morrowind leveling will tell you the same thing, which is that it's fairly tedious to both track and to optimize. Oh, there's our witch. Morrowind leveling essentially, when you level, it allows you to improve 3 of your stats by 3 of your stats by the amount proportional to the amount you leveled up those attributes. And so the governing attribute in particular, so conjuration is governed by intelligence, security is governed by intelligence, mercantile is governed by personality. So as you level up 10 of these major or minor skills, you get a character level. And then over all of your skills, including miscellaneous, every 2 levels towards the same governing attribute allows you to improve one of these stats by an extra 1. So it's base 1, and then if you get 10 of a stat, it's up to plus 5. So what that effectively means is that you're incentivized to level up your minor skills quite a lot in combination with your major skills so that you can get plus 5, plus 5, plus 5 on your attributes. And it's just kind of very tedious, and you end up tracking a lot of things, and it has like kind of perverse incentives for gameplay, like I'll be wearing medium armor and blunt weapon to get more levels on these things before I hit my character levels, right? And so the leveling overhaul just does very simply level up as you play for your skills. As you level up your primary attributes, you gain these skill points as you go through, and then when you reach appropriate caps for the level, your character level goes up as well. So it just makes it so that you do more of the thing and you get better at the thing, just exactly as you might expect. Well, Socia Caristiana. Hello there, stranger. I see you've already met my good friend Hlorma. My name is Socia Christiana the Healer. How can I be of assistance to you two? Ha! A right funny story that one is. The true story is that I took Hlorma on a travelling companion for protection only for the road to Caldera. Along the way, he was getting entirely too friendly for his own good, to the point where I actually had to cast a sleep spell on him. Just to teach him a lesson in manners, I stripped him and left him by the road, and to be sure he didn't come to me for retribution, I took that cloud Cleaver is always fawning over. Oh, I don't think he's ready to get it back quite yet. I can still see the rage burning in those tiny little eyes of his. However, if he meets me 3 days at the Mage's Guild in Caldera, I'll return everything I have of his, and not a minute sooner. Tell him this is Sosia's offer. Yes, well, I will. Hlorma, that's the offer, buddy. Well, I'll not be waiting another 3 days to have me bloody axe back when it's in the hands of that damned witch. Are you going to help me, friend, or are you believing the lies? I believe Socia. You'll die alongside her. Okay. He comes for me? Yeah. Sorry, bud. I'm not concerned. Oh, I've got no fatigue. Let me drink a potion. Standard restore fatigue potion. There we go. Can I get my axe? I can. I'm gonna need to drink another one of these potions. I went down again, damn it. I have Agi as well. Yeah, I only need to hit him once or twice. Okay, I only need to hit you once or twice, buddy. Oh, come on. Hand to hand is so cheesy, man. Okay, I'm gonna drink 2 of these potions. Okay.
How does it feel to know death is near?
As long as I can just stay up long enough to get the swing. Hand to hand is so cheesy at the low levels. Socia, yeah, he attacked me. I'm sorry to hear that he is dead, but he was a fool. Such is the way the fools meet their ends. I will take Cloud Cleaver to the one who can handle its power. Flormar's obsession with that axe led to his death. I'll leave it with someone who can use it well. Thank you for your help, stranger. I think that hothead would have killed me if you had not intervened. Take these potions to gift for me as well. And seek me out if you ever require my services in the future. Okay, so she'll be at the Caldera Mages Guild, which is interesting. She gave me exclusive restore health, restore fatigue, and quality restore health. That's great. Did she give me the Cloud Cleaver axe as well? No? Okay, that's fine. And what was she just saying about the Nerevarine too? A healer's trade here in Morrowind. You shocked that Igfa at Fort Pelagiad and Pelagiad Village. It was a very nice experience, very patient with questions. Nice to see.
So what do you want?
Alrighty, well. Maybe we can keep hunting for the for that cave that we were talking about. Yeah. Oh, with the mule, it's a nice modification. It does get tedious trying to constantly put perfect leveling in the back of your mind. Yeah, exactly. I know there's a couple of different mods that people use for leveling. One of the mods to do with the script extender, the Morrowind script extender. There's one called the Morrowind unofficial patch. And on your installation, that's just an app that you can run, and you can pick and choose which patches you want to apply, and you tell the patcher where your game files are, and that can be the Steam version as well, and it just goes in and patches a whole bunch of stuff, the stuff that the guidebook says should work, and stuff that Bethesda has said are the way that they intended the game to run, things that are clearly bugs. One of the things that it does is, for example, it allows your strength to improve your hand-to-hand. And in the base game, there's a bug where being blind actually increases your accuracy rather than decreases it. And there's a bug where pickpocketing has a certain maximum chance of happening even if you're max level sneak and max level agility and max level luck. And there's also just a couple of little things like that, which along the way just don't really make too much sense. Sneaking, like boots apply their negative sneak modifier, but armor doesn't, like stuff like that. So it just fixes a lot of these things. And one of the things it does as well is it lets you hover over your level, and it tells you how many points you're going to get to towards each of those when you level. So it helps you go through just with a lot more clarity. But yeah, like in the early game, getting the lady sign, getting the bitter cup, and like maximizing your endurance to 100 as soon as possible, I find it maybe a little bit trivializing. Is that a person? Oh, yep. This is the lady that wanted a guide, is that right? Or is this someone different? Oh, this is someone different. Bugroll go Bugroll. Hey, you're not one of them town bosses, right? How about you help me? I'll give you a present. You want to help? Sure you do, good friend. Look, those guys in Caldera think I did something bad and they're looking for me. I'm too smart for them though. I can hide real good. My friend can help me. Maybe you can bring her a note for me. I can give you a present, really. I'll take you a note. Yeah, sure, Bugroll. Good. I guess you know those town bosses can be too mean. Good thing I'm smarter than them. You can take the note to Bashuk Grabat in Caldera. She's a good friend of Bugroll. She helped me out, okay, for me. What about this present? You get the present when I get help. Come on, big hero. Take my note to Bashuk. Just there in Caldera. I'm not seeing a cave just yet. Maybe it's around. We'll find out. Yeah, no, go for spoilers. Yeah, Overdose, go for spoilers for in the chat. The chat doesn't make it to the VOD, so no one that could ever, I don't know. I think I have like 6 viewers on YouTube. The VOD is kind of tailored for people to fall asleep to, and it's a very, very, very niche play style for a very old game, so I'm not surprised. I would be genuinely surprised if anyone ever watching this didn't know more about the game than me, to be honest. But yeah, no, I know a fair bit about the game. I think I've not finished too much of it, to be honest. I think I don't recall ever killing Dagoth. I've played a bunch, played an absolute bunch, but yeah, no, if you want to expand the stuff, go for it, go for it. Duran Leone's house. Now, who are we looking for? We are looking for Bashuk Grabat. What's this one here? Bashuk Grabat's house. Beautiful. Bashuk, how are you, darling? You got a note from Bagrol for me. What did that fool get himself into? He's not smart like me, you know. Everyone's smart. Everyone's smart around here. Bagrol always gets into trouble. Not me, though. I'm too smart. He's a good hider, but I'm a better finder. I'll find him near tree and rock and other rock. No problem. He'll feel better if you take this note for him, if you can find him. I bet you're not as good a finder as me. Not even close, I bet, but give it a try, big shot. So what'd you say? Yeah, I'll find him near tree and rock and other rock. A note from Bashuk has been added to your inventory. Am I playing hide and seek with these people? Note from Bashuk? Stay where you are going. We'll look for you there. Who is stupid Nord anyway? Don't tell about what we didn't do. The town bosses know we did. Better that way. Shush. Okay. I'm playing hide and seek with the with Tweedledee and Tweedledum here. Sorry, they're orcs. Twagork, the Urk, and Twagork, the something like that. I don't know. We can workshop that. Regarding the cloud cleave, you have to kill the witch for him. You can lose and keep it, or give it to him, and he'll permanently boost your axe skill. Oh, there you go. So, oh, I see. So when you do the quest, you get a buff to your axe. No, that's a. I'm not sure exactly what's. I'm one of those players, to be honest. I don't really look at skill ups and things like that as a rewarding game, because I'm always going to be happy to level up my character further. You know, minimum level is kind of one of those things I don't really care too much about. I'm totally down just to ascend my characters to godhood. I am thinking I probably should do a training, like a no training run, and maybe I'll value skill ups a little bit more then. But Grog, here's a note. Good thing you got my note to her. She'll help. I suppose you want your present? Here's your present. I'm sure you'll like it. It's a nice rock. Stupid hero. Oh, man. Oh, man. Thank you, Bagrol. Thank you, Bagrol. I love it. It's a wonderful present. It's a wonderful present. Well, I'm a little bit low on health, but with that I can buy a spell, maybe like a half heal spell or something. Restoration, we're currently level 5, unfortunately, so we don't really have any restoration. We might have to buy some training in it just to get it over the hump. But by the same token, we can probably just sleep at the Mages Guild. We do need to make our way to Vivek. And so maybe what we can do is we can take the Caldera Guild Guide to Vivek, and then we can sleep off our wounds there. We that Nord did do us a little bit of damage, knocking us down, because I've not been managing my fatigue at all. Yeah, maybe one of the mods that I might look at finding would be something like, you know, your fatigue stays capped outside of combat. Something like that. Maybe your fatigue only goes down in combat. I know a lot of the modern games, you know, they have that kind of style where you can run, you can jump, and you can do everything with max fatigue, and then your fatigue only comes into play during combat. Like even Elden Ring, right? So Elden Ring is a FromSoft game, and they're, you know, famously difficult or whatever, but even then, they're like, hey, quality of life. You don't need to worry about your fatigue management if you're not in combat. So speaking of, let me catch my breath, and I do want to sell this diamond. You're an alchemist. Can I sell it to you, please? Yeah, beautiful. Tell you what, give me 150 for it. Give me 150. Yeah, there we go.
Yes, friend.
There we go. We can use the guild guide here.
I will listen.
Yeah, there's a couple of fights in the early game where you do have to go into hand-to-hand, and I won't lie, I've died to foreign Gilneth a couple of times. In Say the Neen, I have died to foreign Gilneth a couple of times. Not in any of my recent hardcore runs, not in anything on YouTube, but like in the past. In the past.
Let's hear it.
Well, here we are in Vivek. We've got to introduce ourselves to people. Flacasia Facius, how are you? How are you? Tell us all about the place. We've got a new rumour for us as well. A sailor from Solres says he heard the expeditionary forces put down tribunal uprisings in Black Marsh. He says local traders expect exports of gold and timber to resume after the plantations and mines are rebuilt. That is a bit of an esoteric rumour. If you need to earn some money and support yourself here in Vivek, try the Imperial Guilds in the Foreign Quarter. Well, that's where we are. That's great to see. Well, let's ask about duties around here as well. You could speak with Archmage Trebonius, but between you and me, you might want to ask the guild stewards in Alderone instead. I think I might introduce myself to Trebonius. You know, we are a very extroverted person. Definitely an extroverted person. I heard that Abel Crediti has obtained a transmutation spell. This is modded. Obtained a transmutation spell. With it, she can convert anything into gold. However, I heard it comes at too great a cost and she refuses to use it. Abel Credite. So Neil Caduceus has been digging around in Neuchlef Think for years. Trebonius? Has he given you any duties? He asked me to chain an army of drow to the Foreign Quarter Canton to have it towed to a more reasonable climate. Just between you and me, I don't think he's the best candidate for Archmage. I'll take that lizard skink in Sadrith Moor over Trebonius any day. Skink in Tree's Shade is a very, very smart person. And does a really good job of demonstrating it as well, just in the characterization. Cyril Lonwy, how are you? Oh, I'm just here a bit of a chat. The Dark Brotherhood is ready to make their move in the Morag Tong. Oh, well, we were interested in joining the Morag Tong, so we might get into some trouble there, but that's maybe not too bad. The best thing for all of us is to ignore that Scuttlehead. Do you have any spells for me? I am interested in maybe Nonducia's Open Door. I do have security, but no alteration though, so maybe I'll leave that. Aura Whisperer, School Mysticism, Detect Automaton, Detect Daedra, Detect Undead, Detect Animal, Detect Humanoid. That's huge. That's huge. 10 seconds of just knowing where the hell everything is.
What assistance do you need?
Can't afford it. Another can't afford it, but I bought it. Just can't afford it flat. My trade. I'm a special advisor to Guildmaster Trebonius on Dunmer issues. How about a little advice? Vivek is huge and it's easy to get lost. So he's just telling us about the place. I probably won't spend too much time in Vivek while my speed is low. How are you, Trebonius? Yeah, tell me about the Mage's Guild. I'm already a member. That's true. He'll tell us about the rules. Duties, you say? Well, we are here to serve Trebonius. I'll try and talk him up a little bit. There are several things the Mage's Guild needs done. Let me see. Find out about the disappearance of the dwarves. That's an excellent task for you, Associate. I love that. I love that he gives us the task of the disappearance of the dwarves. Let's rest up. We'll rest up until healed here. And we are in Vivek now. Our actual task here is to meet the Commander Tong. We can also take from the supply chest as well. And there's another Fighters Guild here as well, so we'll take from their supply chest too. I might just introduce ourselves to this Fighters Guild. Resting in the wild doesn't heal or regen your bars. Is that a mod or something? Maybe. I'm not sure. I think maybe when I rested in the wild earlier, I was within Caldera boundaries. Maybe. You haven't streamed in a month, so yourself. You moved recently. You're spending the winter working on a big 14 to 16 hour long form retrospective on this game. There you go. Well, mate, join the join the ranks. Hey, the Morrowind long form content YouTube. It's a hell of a place to be. It's a great club. Get yourself in there for sure. Yeah, like 16 hour long form retrospective. You can definitely get it done. And it really works the voice as well. I've done, some reads for like corporate training videos and podcasts. Not so much podcasts recently, but my own little stream here, and yeah, it definitely gets the vocal cords warm doing all those reads. So yeah, I have a great time with it. Are you using like a CapCut or Adobe or something, or what's your editing platform? Drozamar, a Khajiit in Saint Delin, can jump higher than anyone I know. I wonder what his secret is. Saint Delin, Saint Delin. Interesting place to be. Well, let me ask you about the Fighters Guild there, buddy. And I'm just really introducing myself here. Services. Do you have training? You have training in the long blade, the blunt weapon, and the axe. Oh, that's all good. Yeah, better to show your face and have a bit of a chat. I will just take from this chest. Let's see about preparing some of our gear as well. Beautiful. I will maybe try and keep some of these armorer's hammers. They are fairly heavy though. So maybe selling these for some quick cash now would be the way. We have a couple of smiths around, so we actually probably can sell these fairly easily. Yes, let's get a sale. Do I want to change any of my gear? I think the answer is no. We are kitted out. Let's sell all these and see if we can get 240 for them. What do you reckon, buddy? What do you reckon? Yeah, beautiful. All right.
So what do you want?
Just taking from the guild chest. So what do you want, guys? Just leaving the store. It's always funny how, like in the foreign quarter, I'm not sure what it is about the foreign quarter here, but as time goes on, these guys will all crowd between these two. So like all 10 of them will just be in this little spot right here. If you spend enough time in the foreign quarter, it's very funny. Tell you what though, I am actually interested in talking to somebody about the Morag Tong. Guided by ancient traditions and rigid codes of conduct, the Morag Tong only recruits candidates of proven skill and honor. Well, where do you think I might find them? The arena for public entertainments like mock battles and comic plays. Commoners and paupers live in St. Delin and St. Olm's cantons, but most of all, this is Lord Vivek's holy city. St. Olm's, St. Delin and St. Olm's are residence cantons for commoners and paupers. The temple charges very reasonable rents for comfortable workshops and shops and apartments, and most of Vardafell's crafts and light industry is stored in these cantons. It's true, they have a lot of kiln works, and I believe a lot of their pottery for like home goods, plates, pots, pans, things that come from there. The Abbey of St. Delin the Wise is in the top tier of St. Delin, and Hlalu Councillor Yingling Half-Trolls has a top tier manor in St. Olm's. Well, I've heard that Balin Andrano over in the Retheran section has had a real tough time lately. He's losing a lot of business. He's a trader. So he will ask us to do a quest. I believe that we have to deliver a Dwemer bone into Jean the trader's place in the foreign quarter. Have you heard 7 victims here in Vivek, all with their throats slit? When it was just a few outlanders killed, the Ordinators weren't making much fuss, but now that they've found 2 of their own with throat slits, they seem very concerned at the Hall of Justice. I've heard that the Office of the Watch is quietly looking for some special help. Anything that can kill 2 Ordinators before they draw their weapons sounds like it would need special help. Curious and curious. I wonder if our executioner here has a bit of a Goku thing going on. If she looks for a threat. I've heard that Moonguy the Enchanter is getting really fed up with some obnoxious Breton selling wares outside his shop. Ridiculous what some people will do to earn a drake, indeed. This is, I believe it's a breadcrumb for Cassius Curio.
Okay, I'm listening.
You do it all with open source freeware. Oh, there you go. Yeah, Vroid and Unity is definitely the way to go. I have a Vroid model as well in VC Face. I haven't tried running it with Morrowind yet, but maybe I should give it a go. The body and the facial motion capture is through XR Animator and VC Face. Yeah, I really enjoy the XR Animator Electron as well for hand movement, but or MediaPipe and OpenVC Face and Beanyarn and Warudo, OBS. And you download the kick VODs do seem to be high quality as well, don't they? And then DaVinci, free DaVinci. You must have a pretty decent rig if you're running free DaVinci as well. Yeah, DaVinci is a bit of a beast. I just pay for CapCut. I do some corporate videos, and so oh, there you go. Yeah, nice. You build PCs. Yeah, I just have a paid CapCut version for some corporate videos that I do at work. There, I do a lot of training videos because we run a remote team, and So like demos on using apps and on processes and things like that. It's all the way to go. Recently, I've done like a lot of induction training videos and things like that. Well, what am I here for? I'm here to potentially ask people about the Morag Tong. These ordinators, hopefully they maybe will be able to direct us around. If I liked you better, I might tell you. No, they hate my guts. They hate my guts. I'm disciple ranking the temple, and I'll think twice about going to a Daedric ruin without a crate full of potions and scrolls. Sure. Well, what we do know is that the Commander Tong are here in Vivec, and what we also know is that we're currently in the foreign quarter. So we're unlikely, I think, to... Sorry, I said Commander Tong, I meant the Morag Tong. We're unlikely to find the Morag Tong here. Now, we do know that the Grandmaster is here in Vivec. And we did learn his name as well from the guild associates in Balmora. Oh no, am I lost already? Yeah, I lost track of which side of the canton I need to be on to go downstairs. Oh god damn it. Yeah, CapCut and Premiere are much easier to make good stuff. You're stubborn. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I definitely, because I was using DaVinci, I think, has much better memory management. So definitely, yeah, if you're good with your PCs and building them all, and you're willing to use DaVinci, yeah, definitely, I think it should be suitable. I was using OpenCut. I think it's called OpenShot, which is like a Blender-based open source video editing software. But yeah, I just ran into memory issues left, right, and center. Every time I created a clip, it cloned the memory usage, and it just went from there. Retherin Canton, would the Retherin have... Well, my character doesn't know if the Retherin would actually have the Morag Tong on their side. Well, we do know that we have heard rumors that the House Lalu is in syndicate with the Commander Tong. And we have not got any information about Telvanni or Retherin, so we probably do have every reasonable idea that we could go into the Retherin district. We've also been given a breadcrumb here to come to talk to a trader, so it's a good enough reason for us to walk in and maybe try and make a friend and receive some information. And I believe there's going to be a trader here. Retherin Scout and Drill Masters. And then the Flowers of Gold, a pub. Maybe we can ask at the pub here, the Flowers of Gold. Sarasi Rathabar, how are you? We rent beds, specific place. I am looking for someone in particular, actually. They can tell us about the Retherin compound. It's a canton south of the foreign quarter, western next to the arena. Two noble families, the Sarans and the Draylors. What about the Hall of Justice? No, these are all to do with the temple, and we know that the St. Olms is... Let's ask about the arena. West, between the Retherin and the Telvanni compound, the arena is the site of public entertainment and combat sports. The comfortable domed arena has seating for hundreds of spectators, and beneath the arena are dressings and storage rooms for entertainer and training room and animal pens as well. Let's ask about the Morag Tong. Morag Tong. Well, she can't really talk about it. Yeah. Maybe, I've been hearing a lot of people with bad dreams, seeing bad omens, stuff like that, haven't you? Yes, so... Well, Councillor Valanda Omani lives outside Vivec. Oh, he's a Telvanni councillor, I see. Mage Lord Maven Drenham is the ranking Telvanni noble. What about... No, there's nothing here. Balin Andrano? Okay. They don't have anything about the Morag Tong. Okay. Yeah. Vivec city design is so insane. It is ridiculously insane. It's, you know what even makes the Vivec design even more insane? It's even more insane to think that these people don't have email. So if you need to chat to somebody, if you need to make a delivery from the plaza of one, one canton to another, you need to go down a skyscraper and up another one. They don't have email. They can only teleport to the temple, and they also don't allow Gua into the city. There's a quest you can do to escort a trader into town. Like, he can't bring in his Gua, so how the hell is people bringing goods in here? Everyone's lugging these things. Every day is leg day for these people because they can't bring in pack animals. They can't get into the underworks or the Okay. He's whispering words of submission in our ear. Balin and Andrana, how are you? That's me. What do you need? You've had a run of bad luck. Okay, I really like to change her luck. We will agree to this. So he's given us a bone here to take to Jean's shop in the foreign quarter. It's just a bit of a breadcrumb quest, I suppose, to get us to find Jean's shop, because underneath the foreign quarter is a bit of a mess. And I suppose one of the things as well is that you don't know. The foreign quarter is special compared to the rest. It has 2 tiers of wastework, so it has an upper wastework and a lower wasteworks, whereas the rest don't. The foreign quarter also has shops in the underworks as well. So none of the other cantons have people operating shops. Out of the canal works, there's usually shrines, or maybe there's storage rooms, or beneath the arena is the Morag Tong. Although our character doesn't know that yet. I'm actively looking for a rumor to find out. The boat system is ridiculous. It's almost worse than just hoofing it. Well, the boat system is also bad from an RP perspective, because from an RP perspective, it takes 2 minutes of walking is an hour in game. Our character, every 2 minutes for us in real life is an hour for our character. It takes 2 hours to boat around Vivek. Our character can usually move it in like a minute or so. So yeah, so it takes twice as long for our character, and yeah, they actually are just spending like an hour moving around. Whoa. Whoa. 2 acrobatics levels off that. Hey Savani Sarion, how are you? Hey, I'm actually here looking for Jeans. Could you point me in the direction of Jeans? She's a trader here. I'll just head straight down there. I'm not too fussed about this kind of thing. We do learn about Jabasha's rare books, though. Actually, join the Morag Tong. I believe the current guildmaster is Eno Hlalu. The Morag Tong has a base somewhere under the arena here in Vec. We learned the rumor. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. Let's deliver this. Let's abandon this. We did the thing. We did the thing. We're gonna leave that bone there on the ground. It's bad luck. And we're gonna go to the arena canton. But yeah, Da Vinci does its Redux feature was insane. You just use the VODs via FMMPG command prompt and sync folders into your media bins on Resolve. There you go. Yeah. I know the codec can make a really big difference when it comes to a lot of these files. I know a lot of people set up their OBS to record Matryoshka files, which does seem to be a good way to do it. One of the things you can do on the Twitch stream as well is you can separate the 2 audio streams, so that when you're live on Twitch, you have like background music, if you have like a buffer music track or things like that. But then if you record locally as well, you could record the MP4 without that buffer track. So that really helps through OBS as well. So you can either like record as a Matryoshka and have 2 separate audio files, or you can just send one forward to Twitch and record the other locally. If you're using like Stream Elements to split stream, like multi-stream on YouTube and Kick and things like that as well, I think they do get the formatted version though. So yeah, so if you can't record locally and you're downloading from downloading VODs from Kick as well, I think that probably is a great idea to have that Redux so you can split it back out. That's better for memory as well. I'm not too familiar with Redux actually, but it does help you manage your memory quite a lot, right? Because you're splitting up the clip without duplicating the without duplicating the source file each time. Is that how that works? I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure, to be honest. I haven't edited anything over 10 minutes in a fair while. So we did hear the rumor that that the Morag Tong here is potentially acting beneath the arena canton. So maybe we'll ask around. Farman. I'm looking for someone in particular. No, the same old advice. What about a rumor? You'd think she'd be more discreet, seeing as how the Duke's her father, but Ilmeni Dren is a strong-willed young woman and she hates slavery with a passion. Her family's wealth and influence means nothing to her. She's proud of living in the St. Delens slum. She doesn't mind being seen with known abolitionists like the bookseller Jabasha. Oh, Jabasha is a known abolitionist. Ilmeni Dren. Well, hopefully we can run into this rumor on a different character down the line. Unfortunately, our character today doesn't really care too much about slavery, but our last one, Halavina, would have loved to have heard this kind of rumor. Also in St. Delen, there is a trader who sells a very severely damaged glass knife. It's very cheap. It's 25 gold or something. And you can just repair it back up. So a breadcrumb that takes you to St. Delen, so you can go shopping there. And buy that glass dagger. It's a really great way to get a glass short blade weapon really early on, and it's very cheap, and you can just repair it up for a pittance. So if you wanted to like repair it up and sell it back, I mean that's a great idea as well, right? Little secret: buy from the merchants that you like. Jabasha's rare books, foreign quarter. Join the Morag Tong. I see them from time to time, but I don't know where to find them. Well, that's basically confirmation as far as I'm concerned. They did say below, so let's have a squiz below, see if we can find the underworks. Yeah. no worries. On the typing front, yeah, I think you're typing faster than I can read anyway. Overdosed ghost, so don't worry about it. Yeah, if you record from OBS while streaming, it dupes the files to Redux formats for DaVinci. 12-hour streams because they'll brick your PC. I see. Yeah, it's like they're splurging out the memory. Yeah, you do 3 digital audio cables and your VODs only have gameplay audio. Oh, there you go. That's a great idea. So you show your chat, your model, your gameplay, and then the template in Resolve eliminates the model and chat, just zooms in on the gameplay with only game audio for voiceover work afterwards. No, that's a great idea. So see, I'm the kind of person who would, setting that all up. Let's check the underworks. Maybe there's a trapdoor down here. My version of stubbornness. My version of stubbornness is that rather than hello, a dreamer. You have our discerning eye. We see you waking and sleeping. My starkest madness seeming in divinest sense. Come, grasp the chain and prove you're sane. I think that's a literature reference. I don't know what book it is though. It's not a rumor, it's the truth. Lord Dagoth, Lord of the Sixth House and Saviour of the Dumber People, has awakened, and with him shall all sleepers awaken, and Morrowind shall be cleansed of the stain of the false gods and the foreigners. Buddy, yeah, you're having a time, hey? You're having a time. The Dagoth is perpetuating these dreams around the world. He is sending them forward as best he can. The Dagoth cult. They've established a series of bases. They're infiltrating the minds of dreamers and radicalizing people against foreigners. Catch me if you've heard of that one before. And they're also working with smugglers, like the Kamana Tong and I suppose House Lalo as well, to bring in things like illicit drugs and like Sixth House idols that the Imperials and the Tribunal would never allow to come in naturally. And so in that way they're promoting Sixth House worship across Vardenfell. There's a couple of different mods you can use where, like, for example, Sixth House worship becomes more and more common as you go through the quest line, and you can kind of see the dreamers actually worshipping and developing that throughout the world. Shrines being converted, or back alleys around the world taking on cultists. But I don't have anything like that installed today, just the default. I want to finish the main quest first, I reckon, on one of these characters. And maybe the expansions as well. Yeah, it took a bit of time to figure it all out. It's finally to the good point for recycling content into various formats. Audacity captures your live stream voice that syncs to the VOD. Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. It's a great idea. Yeah, separating out all these different recording formats. Yeah, I'm the kind of stubborn where I would just like collect like 6 hours of B-roll off stream. I would say, nah, fuck that. I'm not going to get it working. I'm just going to do it again. Because I could totally imagine myself spending 6 hours to get all this kind of content separated and flourishing. And then, okay, we've got a bedroll down here. And we've got a locked door. I might try and preen that open. What are you? We've got a Chance's Folly. Security level, I'll take that. And another locked door. Okay, well let's see if we can pop these open. A lockpick success. A lockpick failed. Okay, it's maybe 41, maybe 12. Lockpick success, beautiful. Let's get our axe back on. We're never quite sure. There are rats. Yeah, let's get them. 1. Oh, what have we got here? We've got an iron tanto. Some security tools. We'll take these. We'll use some more locked chests. Let's look in the other one first. Oh, it's trapped. Am I gonna die? I might just die. How much damage am I taking? 10 points of damage. I'm healing, not enough. God, I would hate to see this character go because I didn't probe the door. Okay, note to self. On my last character, my security skill got reasonably high, and so I actually could pretty reliably check and know if a door was trapped, and I just totally forgot to check. Okay, note to self. Probe first. Probe first. Okay, that's not trapped. Okay, there's an arena hidden area, so this is going to be the Morag Tong, and we know we can head down there. Let's while we've got our lockpick out as well, let's open up these chests and have a squiz. Yeah, sharing consciousness. Yeah, no, absolutely no. I love chatting shop. I love chatting shop over Durst Ghost. I actually I work in like stats and research, and so I love chatting. Oh, I did it again, man. I did it again. What am I taking? I'm taking 7 points of, I'm taking 15 points of damage. I only have 45, so it's gonna kill me 3 seconds away. We're overhealing it. Okay. Oh my god. Let's check this one. Okay, that one's 82. Okay. Do I want to take anything else? We can have a bit of a squiz around. Maybe a Frost Atronach, so some gold. And some potions, some things we could sell here as well. We're just gonna, while we've got the place to ourselves, we maybe are just gonna look for a couple of things we might like to sell. Just to buff up our limeware. Well, we did receive a tip that maybe we could go to St. Delin's and sell that kind of thing. Yeah, so maybe we'll go do that. Although we are fairly encumbered now. This silverware is fairly heavy. What about you? Are you trapped? You're not trapped. Let's pop you open though. A little bit of gold in this crate. Maybe one more over here. Okay, this is trapped. You can see here we recognize that this one is trapped. Just with our security level, and we can disarm it. That one wasn't hidden from us. Okay, looking good. I think we've had a bit of a squiz around. Maybe we'll look in these ones just in case anything expensive is in there. Looks like with a steel spark cleaver, I could carry that instead of some plates. Sure. And some more potions and gold. A little bit of gold, sure. Let's just check the lot. We've got some journeyman's mortar and pestle. That's very expensive for the weight. And retort as well, very expensive for the weight. You too. Very nice. That's a really great find. Imperial broadsword. And what's that? That's an iron longsword. We could take an imperial broadsword again for these plates. Alrighty, and this is the room. We haven't been down that trapdoor just yet. We'll have a squiz. It looks like it's full of armaments. So yeah, all this stuff is for the arena. And so there is a good amount of armaments and things like that in here as well. We've got another axe. Do I want to have a kite and axe as a backup? I think not. I'm just going to press a save here just in case I crash. Obviously it's a hardcore character, so if I die, the character is gone, but we will still just save in case we crash. And this is going to be the place with the Morag Tong. Messi Bayron, how are you? Is there someone in particular you're looking for? Yes, I am. I am looking for joining the Morag Tong. So you found our headquarters. This speaks well of you. Perhaps you should speak with Grandmaster Eno Lalu. Let's do it. Are you Eno? You're Taros Drell? How are you, Taros Drell? Perhaps you could be of some help to me. There are some sensitive matters to attend to. The great danger of Mafala has given me information that must be acted on. If you would be willing to work for me, I'm certain Mafala would be grateful. Sure, buddy. I wish to help. So something I've been toying with this character just in the last couple of hours of playing is if they are a Daedric worshipper, maybe a worshipper of Mafala is another bad way to go. Maybe Nocturne or Sotha Seal also makes some amount of sense, but we can definitely work with Mafala. There's a member of our brotherhood living in Balmora, Balin Omarel. He has been freelancing, if you will. This is unacceptable and he must be removed. Unfortunately, his brother is a rather important member of our brotherhood, so it would be difficult to bring it to the attention of the others. Use this poison to his food and act swiftly, as should you. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. What do we have here? An altar to Mafala? Cyril de Thren, how are you? So it looks like we need to speak to the boss man to join the guild.
Quickly, Outlander. I haven't much time.
And
Quickly, Outlander.
be over here, I think. Speak quickly, Outlander, or go away. They really don't like me too much, do they? Maybe after we join up though. Minibi Selkin Ada. Oh, you're a spell vendor. Action members only. Not a worry. We'll be there soon. We'll be there soon, mate. We will join you soon. Oh, we've got an orc. Yes. Rogdol Grobalars. How are you? Do you have any new rumors for us or anything else? No, nothing like that. Was he a vendor? Yeah, he's a vendor. Join the Morag Tong if you want to use any of my services. Well, there you go. So they're all very keen to have us join. Now you must be Eno. Look at this fit,
Quickly,
man.
Outlander. I haven't much time.
This isn't even Eno. He's got like a ruby encrusted. I'm keen for some of that. What are you? Blood leather dagger, netch leather ripe holding. Okay, this is Morag Tong netch leather by the looks of it. So I think I'll try and buy that. Dagger of unlawful entry. Uses 35. So this might be a lockpick. Blood leather dagger, short blade one-handed, damage health, damage fatigue. Well, let's come back to this fella after I'm a member, because I think you probably shouldn't be selling the uniform if you're not the member. Come up here through the barracks. It's going to be over here. And you. Eno Halalu, how are you? If you wish, you may request to join the Morag Tong. The Morag Tong has been watching you and we are pleased. One of your exceptional talent cannot go unmastered. Yes. I will let you join as a probationer. To gain full membership, you must pass a test. Here is a writ for the honourable execution of Feruren Oran. You can find him in the Elven Nation's Corner Club in the Halalu Plaza. Slay him honourably and report to me. We are not accepting writs right now. 11 Nation. Okay, yep, beautiful. Let's ask about the rules. The Morag Tong executes writs and performs special duties as the ruling houses direct. Guild members must never harm or steal from anyone, except the targets of a legal writ of execution. Never betray our secrets or our identities, and if you break any of these rules, you must immediately speak with the master to regain good standing. And you may be targeted, for execution. Jesus. Come back when you have more experience to talk about special duties. So we have a writ. Beautiful. Well, we're going to conduct this writ, and that way we can get to join, and we get to get some of this sweet ruby out to drip. I think for today, though, I'm just going to hit it with a save. Well, thank you anyone for watching along, and I did see the Twitch viewership kind of stabilize at 2 or 3 there for a little while. And Overdose Ghost, thank you for coming out and hanging and talking shop for a bit. It's great to kind of discuss video editing with somebody who knows what they're doing with it. So that's great. Good luck. I'll look for your long form. If when you load it up, it'll definitely come up in my recommended feed. If it's going to be like a 16-hour video or like a 4-hour videos or something related to Morrowind, I guarantee you that'll be the top of my YouTube recommendations. So I'll be one of your first views. And yeah, really keen with this new character. Karinkia Leaftand. She's a Nordic executioner. She's had a history with organized crime in Skyrim and in what's it called? Cyrodiil. She ended up being jailed for her crimes, for her executions as a ruthless killer, and quite under the public's eye, quite under everyone's noses. She has been moved out of the Cyrodiilic jails to Vardenfell, where she's been released, and we have a great set of roleplay skills. She knows exactly what she's doing with her job. Getting into places, meeting and greeting with people, making deals, wheeling and dealing, all those great, wonderful things about, kind of mob gangster kind of appeal. But also she'll summon an axe out of thin air and slay you over the head with it. And naturally a little bit of conditioning and teleportation as well. Teleportation in the world of Nirn. People don't seem to think with portals around here. You, the player, are one of the only people who truly think with portals. It's a very heavily modded version of the game, and I say heavily modded in a number of mods. In terms of actual gameplay, there shouldn't be too many differences, other than some smoothing out of the mule with the leveling requirements, a couple of things here or there that kind of expand on, lore that's included in the game. I tried to add more capital for the vendors. This is something that's just kind of been peeving me off, where there's a lot of allusions to a lot of wealth in the game, a lot of money flowing through, but nobody seems to have any capital. They know about usury, they know about interest, they know about loans, but no one seems to have any money to actually buy or sell goods with. And I've also added a little bit of a high alchemy spell, so hopefully, as far as like series go, if you've watched any of my other character playthroughs, you would have seen me doing a whole lot of item shuffling. We won't be dealing with that here. My character should just be able to high alch this gear, put the cash in the bag, man, put the cash in the bag, and let's move on. Let's keep it to the lore, let's keep it to the character progression. Let's not be waiting there for 24 hours at a time, looking deep into the eyes of a vendor, staring directly into their soul, waiting for them to take out an overnight loan. But anyway, have a great evening, everyone, or a great day ahead. It's a Tuesday. Let's survive another week. And yeah, like and subscribe if you made it this far. Ciao, ciao, ciao. All the best. Night, Overdose Ghost. All the best. Bye.